Play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis. A two-hand rip. A brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Let's see. Yeah. I want to say, this is a crap. I didn't want to do this. Hey, Chris, can you, you have our text line in front of you or no? Actually, I can do this. I got to block this guy. Remember the guy I told you about that, like, every one of his contacts, he sends the link to the thing. Oh, yeah. And I've texted him a couple times, like, bro, you're kind of spamming us every day. I come in with all this. How to power your mind with the ultimate coffee alternative, sweating away the science behind HIIT and depression. HIIT, the high intensity interval training. HIIT, not
Green Info guy.
Green Info, yeah. I keep telling him, he just isn't really responding. So whatever. Sorry,
maybe it's a bot.
Sorry, buddy. Well, no, I've texted. He's texted back.
Oh.
That's how I found out. Where he said, yeah, I send these to all my contacts. He sends out the link and it just goes to all his contacts, and we're one of those contacts. Which I got to be honest, man, I don't know if your contacts like that, but that's a whole different ballgame. I don't know who his contacts are. I did the thing last night, Jason. I know we've talked about this before, but it's super frustrating. Like, I last looked at the clock last night when I went to bed. It was like 10:20. I was in bed. Always try to be asleep or close by 10:30, and popped up, got up, started washing my face, getting ready for everything, and then something hit me, not physically, but in my brain, and I kind of trudged over to my bedside, and I peeked at my clock, which was behind my glass of water, and it was 11:15. But in my brain, I had just slept all night long. And then because of the adrenaline of being up and starting the day and all that, I mean, I was up for like a good 5 minutes starting the process. And I think in my, dreams go away, but I think in my dream, my alarm went off and I shut it off. And then it all just kind of, that's happening to me like once a week now where I'm doing that. It really pisses me off. Because then I'm in bed and I'm sitting there and it takes me about a half hour to go back to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, that's happened to me more, but I think the first thing I do is I always look at the clock.
Smart.
Just to, my phone, just next to the bed, just to see, oh, no, I've got 2 minutes to go before I get up, or, I still got another 2.5 hours.
It's annoying.
The worst one I ever had, I think I was in high school, and I had to be somewhere super early in the morning. And so, like, my mom, I'm just like, hey, I got to be up by 5:30 or something like that
to
get to wherever. And she's like, okay. So then like I get woken up. She's like, hey, are you asleep? I'm like, and I'm like, oh my God. So I jump up, I start putting on my clothes, and then I just hear this, no, stop. Like, what? And she's like, it's not 5:30. Like those old alarms where you set it and it's got the time, but if you don't set it again, it doesn't go to the regular time.
Oh my God.
So she set her alarm as like a good mother, just like, oh, I'll make sure that he's up in time.
Right. But
It was like 11:45.
Oh God, those are the worst.
I'm just like, oh my God.
And then it takes you forever to go back to sleep.
I think I went to bed at like 3.
That's what I'm saying, man. That sucks. Oh God. I still to this day, gosh, what do you say that, Chris? Like there is an alarm I will never ever have for my entire life. And it's the old school ones that when it goes off, it goes ring, 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 ring. That was my alarm all growing up for school. And it's Pavlovian. I learned that sound was a horrible sound for me because that meant I had to get up and start doing my crap. It was, this is how, I don't know if anyone has ever done this before or if it's just my sick head. So Monday through Friday, you go to school, right? And you have to physically set the alarm. You have to click it down a couple times. I used to set it for Saturdays.
Okay.
Because the feeling of it going off and for a split second realizing you had to get up and go to school, and then a few seconds later realizing that I could do what I wanted to do the previous 5 days, knowing that I could turn it up, going, oh my God, that's right, it's Saturday, turn it off and go back to bed was such a great feeling that I would purposely set it. I didn't do it for Sunday.
I would say, why wouldn't you do it for Sunday?
I just did. I feel like I fooled myself enough, and then it took me a week to catch up. I would purposely set that sucker for Saturday just so I could go, I'm going back to sleep, sucker.
I beat you.
Did you do it? Yeah, exactly. I won.
I don't think I've gotten used to that all these years. You've done mornings far longer than I have, but when I was going through like middle school to high school, maybe I was getting up at the same time every day. I'm guessing I did.
Yeah.
Or close to it, besides the weekend. And you're kind of your body, like no matter if I went to bed late or early or whatever, it was just like I was kind of almost up moments or right at the alarm. And it's like, all right, I'm good. Where now it's, could be a Kings game, could not, hey, I went to bed early tonight.
Right.
I don't know. I just haven't quite mastered
I don't know that it ever happens.
Yeah. Because in the week, what happens to me is, so, for example, we told you had the family get to like Saturday night. I think we were up playing games till like 3.
Yeah.
And you're just going, all right. I mean, but I slept.
Sure.
But I did without an alarm. And then it's like, yeah, but tomorrow night I have to go to bed back to kind of that early time because we're getting up early. And yeah, I don't have a really great routine, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. Well,
those guys have been doing it forever.
I was going to say, Tom would actually be fun to talk to because, like, I think
he goes to bed, honestly. Doesn't he go to bed like 7:30 or 8?
He does. Here, talk to him.
I will.
It's never a good idea to bring Tom on the show.
I know. I agree. The funny thing about Tom is I know he brushes his teeth here. Like he has breakfast. And I think before the end of his shift at 10:30, he's having lunch.
So he lives here.
Yeah, feels like it. I don't know what time.
He's coming back solo.
Oh, he is coming back solo.
He probably yelled at him.
Did you get yelled at by Tom?
No. It's just with Pat out, it's Cody and Tom, and I peeked in and they had their headphones on, like I think they're about to do a break. I think Tom goes to bed. I'm sorry if you guys just said this, but I think Tom goes to bed at like 5 or 6 or something.
Oh, I didn't know it was that
7
early,
maybe.
Yeah.
And I think Whitey used to do that as well. I could never do that.
I know. I don't know if we're gonna have this deal before again, but the last time we had the Olympics, remember we talked to Deirdre Fitzpatrick in the morning, and so she's on in the morning. Like that news, I think starts at like 4. And I know they're not getting there at 3:30.
No,
and they've got to look slept in and made up.
Right, they're there way early.
So I want to say, I remember talking with Ken Rudolph, and he was saying something about getting up at 1:30.
Yeah, so like, what time are you going to bed?
So that schedule is that's not a schedule.
Well, back then, Chris, remember when he was with us in the middays, and he said, yeah, one of the things he would do, Dave, would be it would be hard for him to do, but the Kings game would be on. And he's like, I want to stay up to watch it.
Yeah.
I can't. So he would record it and then get up in the morning and watch the rest.
And what's terrible, he was watching some awful Kings games.
Yes.
I know, right?
He's like,
Terrible
I'd get up.
one.
He goes, a lot of times I'd be honest and just speed through to see the score change and like, oh, this looks like something interesting. And then he'd stop. But he goes, that's the best way I could do to watch it.
I think the best thing you learn how to do is nap and fit those naps in.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't up till 3, but I was up till about 1 Friday night. And then I think 1:30 Tuesday night. But then you like Sunday, and you have to be strategic about it.
Yeah.
But I didn't really because of Mother's Day, I didn't make up hardly any of the sleep. So then yesterday, we had that stupid passport thing we had to do right after the show. And then when I got back,
it would have been great if that guy said, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah,
dude, seriously, it was, that was a whole I mean, they were very, very nice, but my God, it takes a bunch of stuff. And then I think I got home at like 1 and slept till like 4. And that's not ideal.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was going to struggle to go to bed last night, which obviously I did a little bit.
maybe that's why you woke up.
And the sad thing is, dude, honestly, I'd love to see a study, or maybe I would hate to see a study on this, but I got to wonder about like the mortality of people that work morning shifts.
Yeah.
Because what do you read all the time? Like, get 7 to 8 hours of
Yeah.
sleep every night. It should be consecutive. If you're not getting like the deep REM sleep, you're screwed, like all this stuff. And I read this stuff and it's like, you could be more susceptible for a stroke if you're sleeping, less than blah, blah, blah per night. I'm like, oh my God, I fit a lot of these.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh,
So on that note,
hey, on that note, one note, I'm very excited. My wife, actually, she tried a new thing yesterday.
Set the screen.
Thank you. And I loved it. So, she tries to sneak in healthy stuff every once in a while, and healthier. So she went to Sam's Club and she got this 4-pack of it's bib lettuce. Like it's lettuce with like the big green leaves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay. And it's like $5 there, right? So you get like all this lettuce. And then she made like P.F. Chang style with ground chicken.
lettuce cups.
And then we had this bottle of like Bangkok peanut sauce, which is like a soy-y, sort of spicy, peanutty sauce that you could use. And you spoon the mixture into the thing, and she put some little sesame seeds there and mix in some peanuts with it. So there's a little bit of crunch. And you put it in the lettuce thing, then you make like a taco, or you could roll it up. I made tacos. You put a little peanut sauce.
You can't just call tacos something that you put in your hand.
A taco.
I'm saying the lettuce was the taco shell. And then
Why can't it be a lettuce sandwich?
Well, I mean, it can, but I feel like taco is
Or a lettuce wrap.
Yeah, well, because I mean, I feel like a lettuce wrap is almost like how an egg roll is rolled, or like a burrito. Like if the lettuce was wrapped in that style with like folded in and end and all that, then it's like a wrap. This was more
You think that's what a lettuce wrap is? You have to fold it?
Well, no, I had to because I was making them on my own. Like when you go to P.F. Chang's, aren't they kind of wrapped up a little bit, or no? Is it just
open faced?
Is it open faced?
It's just like the one piece of lettuce, and that's opened, and then you put
and then what? And then you squeeze it together.
Yeah,
you're not like dumping it in.
No.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
like an open piece of bread that you could fold a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah. That's
the lettuce takes.
I guess
place.
some people use a knife and fork. I wouldn't.
No, God, no. It's a taco is a hand-sized thingy with filling, and tortilla as the vehicle. And I'm saying a lettuce wrap is a taco, but instead of like if it was a tortilla instead of a piece of lettuce, it's a taco, right?
No.
Why?
Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be a burrito?
Okay. Son of a bitch. This is the lettuce.
No, I got it.
You got it, right? And so I'm saying if this is a tortilla and I put the chicken stuff in here, it's a great radio, and I'm doing this, that's a taco. I'm saying it's the same thing, but it's lettuce.
What's a quesadilla?
You just described a hot dog.
I'm not trying to get into that conversation,
Oh, okay.
but I will say this. Technically, a hot dog could be classified in the taco camp. It is filling with a wrap that happens to be starchy. Whereas a hamburger is not a taco because it's open-ended. But a hot dog it's the same idea. Closed bottom, open face, folded.
But open-ended on the sides.
Open-ended on the sides, but so is a taco.
So it's a hamburger.
It's a taco's open-ended on the sides too. They're not folded.
So a lobster roll is a taco.
A lobster roll, I think, could be classified in the world of taco.
Then everything's a taco.
No, because a hamburger is not a taco. A sandwich is not a taco.
A sandwich is just a sandwich.
Sandwich is just a sandwich.
What about an open face sandwich?
Open face sandwich? That's French toast.
Could be a taco.
No, I think a taco has to have a closed bottom.
Yeah, but open face sandwich on the bottom is closed if you folded it.
You almost made me pass out.
I'm just saying. Okay, can I just back up for a second? All I wanted to say was it was really good. It tasted good. And it has ground chicken, which I usually go, I don't like ground chicken or turkey. I know, and I'm not picky either, unless it's in chili. Then it I don't know. I always feel like I can taste it as ground turkey or chicken. This was ground chicken and things, and it was super good. And I was pounding these things, dude. It's just a whole pile of lettuce leaves.
Chili's open face, so it's a taco.
Although I do think you could technically, speaking of French toast, I think by definition, if you took a bread of French toast and you folded it up and you put some sort of breakfast filling in there, that's a breakfast taco. But if you put it in between like an egg and some cheese or whatever and ham in between two French toasts, that's a sandwich. And if you put powdered sugar on top, it's a Monte Cristo.
And if you put ice cream in it, it's an ice cream sandwich.
It's an ice cream sandwich. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got sports. Oklahoma City gets one in Dallas. Boston takes a 3-1 lead. And we're going to talk a little bit. It is the summer of not disturbed. What did I say? Something superstars. I always say distressed. Distressed assets. The summer of distressed assets. Soda. Ha! That works.
Soda summer.
It's a soda summer. Yes, we're going to talk about a team the Kings could very likely. The chessboard's starting to move, man. There's a team that the Kings very likely could hook up with. No,
it's
not
checkers.
that one. It is checkers. That and tacos and so much more. Plus, we know what the Niners' first game is going to be. Woo! We'll talk to you all about that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Sorry, the computer's being stupid. Stand by, please. All right, let's see here. New home. Shows. That's us. Daily audio. This is what we have to click to every day to get here. And the whole window just closed. Okay, as the person said, cut number 1.
Toss it in. First foul in the last 2 minutes. Hardaway just put it in no man's land. He was looking for Doncic. Leak out for Williams, who lays it in.
Hold on a second. He was looking for who?
Toss it in. First foul in the last 2 minutes. Hardaway just put it in no man's land. He was looking for Doncic.
Doncic.
Why did I hear Doncic? Am I stupid? I mean, I know that.
Maybe.
Hold on. I thought I heard Doncic. Hold on.
Man's land. He was looking for Doncic.
Oh, yeah. You might
Did
be
he say
saying
Doncic?
Yeah.
One more time here.
Land. He was looking for Doncic.
Doncic.
You heard Doncic?
I'm hearing Doncic.
I'm hearing Doncic.
One more time.
man's land. He was looking for Doncic.
Yeah, I hear Doncic. Wow. But I think isn't it?
That's one of them landing
Doncic?
morals. It's Doncic.
I think he kind of
Doncic. Luka Doncic.
Doncic. I think he said like Doncic.
Doncic? Sounds like a Godfather.
Man's land. He was looking for Doncic.
I'm here.
I mean, like Doncic.
Yeah.
Or like Doc. It almost sounds like it rhymes with Jockitch. Doncic. That is weird. One more time and then we'll move on.
Man's land. He was looking for Doncic.
Wow. Curious as to what everyone else is hearing in the chat. Doncic, Doncic,
I heard Taco.
Doncic,
Or Laurel.
or Laurel.
Yanni. Laurel.
Either way, Doncic, his team did not
I
win.
heard toe pitch.
Topic. Speaking of, I guess he got hurt, but avoided Nikola Topic.
Oh.
They're saying got hurt yesterday, and they
This
were
big or little toe pitch?
scared that it was bad news bears for him. But apparently he
Did his little piggy go all the way home?
it's something happened. Wow, here we go. Projected top 10 pick Nikola Topic has avoided serious injury. Initial diagnosis revealed a sprained left knee, which likely rules him out of the remainder of the Adriatic League finals. Should be a full participant in NBA's pre-draft activities in June. Oh, okay, well, that's cool. The Adriatic League finals. Albania, you border on the Adriatic. Shout out, Coach, and Sam Malone, and cheers. And shout out to the Thunder.
Injury.
Great comeback for them. They outscored the Dallas Mavericks at 57-42 in the second half, outscoring them 22-15 in the third, 35-27 in the fourth. This didn't look good for Oklahoma City, but they just kept pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding. And they got it.
Yeah, it was important, right? Obviously, because I think they saved their season there. If that's 3-1, it's not mathematically over, but
right.
They would have won 3 straight games, maybe shaken the confidence of this young team, but instead they get a quality win on the road.
Yeah.
And get home court back and have new life in this series. That was a really big win for them.
I got to be honest, man. If you told me that Irving and Doncic were going to combine for 27 points on 10 of 31 shooting, I would have said it was a double-digit win for OKC.
Right.
When PJ and you can kind of tell what OKC is doing in this series now, and I don't blame them. They're saying, obviously, Kyrie and Luka are going to get theirs, but we're throwing everything at the two of you, and if Gafford and Jones Jr. and PJ Washington, and I think PJ Washington is, I got to look, but I want to say he's either averaging the most or the second most for Dallas in this series. They're just saying, hey, go for it, dude. Go for it. Do your thing. He's averaging 22 points and 9 boards in this series. And I think part of that's just simply they're good with PJ Washington being the one to beat them. And last night, that made a difference. When you look at, let's see, for the series here, Luka's averaging an even 22 points for the series. And I want to say Kyrie, I could be wrong here. I think Kyrie is averaging less, although he's had a couple of really good games. Yeah, Kyrie Irving in this series, Jason Ross, we're 4 games in now. 15 points, still shooting 46%, but mid-30s from 3. They really have done a pretty darn good job on Kyrie, which is surprising because one way or the other, Kyrie is a phenomenal postseason.
For sure. Yeah.
So
lots more still to be decided in that one.
That's right. That's a fun series. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
You expect your stars to show out when you need them most. As Karis LeVert hits a little mid-range J, but it'll be only a footnote as the Boston Celtics come to Cleveland. They have taken command of the series.
Yeah, that was this is kind of what's expected, right? Boston goes up 3-1. Cleveland got game 2 in Boston, and the Celtics have just completely turned it on its head. And I'm very comfortable in saying, barring a miracle, this series is over.
Yeah, without Jared Allen, who's been out the whole series, and then Donovan Mitchell misses yesterday. You're like, I was surprised it was as close as it was, but injuries happen. And look, Celtics don't have Porzingis, but it just Cavs need all their players, and otherwise they're in trouble. Yeah. They might be in trouble anyway.
Yeah, they are in trouble. Darius Garland did everything he could with 30 points. Karis LeVert 19 to match Evan Mobley, but it's not enough. Tatum and Brown combined for an even 60. Somebody, it's so funny. I forget who asked it, but someone here, I think locally, said, is there any player in the NBA that matches Al Horford's old man game? Like, does he have the best old man game in the NBA? And somebody else had the perfect response. They're like, nope, that's Nikola Jokic. And it's so true. Nikola Jokic's entire game is old man game. But it works. Good to see Al Horford, though, still going, dude. You know, Al Horford's rookie year was 2007. Yeah. He's been in the league. This is what, 18th season in the league. And the thing is, Al Horford up until last year had never averaged below double digits. Al Horford's generally around 8 rebounds a game. He has become a 3-point threat in his old age. It's like a poor man's Brook Lopez in the sense that his first 6 years, I think he took a combined single digit 3-point attempts. And then he only took a half a 3-pointer per game 2 of his last 3 years in Atlanta. Then he jumps up in 2015 from 0.5 attempts a game to 3.1 per game. And the guy's consistently shooting in the high 30s, low 40s from 3. And now, he's taken 4-5 threes per game. It really is kind of interesting to look at the development of the modern big man. Guys like Lopez and Horford, what they've done.
It's changed.
It really has changed. From the 209, I've done this, had no buns, put a hot dog in a corn tortilla with all the hot dog fixins. What would this be? Also, does this make Chris's brain explode?
No, it's a Mexican hot dog. My grandma used to make it all the time.
Is it a Mexican hot dog only because it's a tortilla?
It's because that's what my grandma called it.
Oh. Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Good answer.
The second pick will be made by the Washington Wizards, and that means that the number 1 pick in the 2024 NBA draft goes to the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay, so we're doing our best to try to look at the chessboard here. We already talked a little bit yesterday about how the Atlanta Hawks have the number 1 pick, and that could mean things for the Kings because as of right now, the Kings are a little encumbered off the Kevin Huerter trade with Atlanta. So there are incentives that the Kings can offer Atlanta to let them use this pick, let them trade this pick, which, by the way, they can on draft day. So now you have Washington with the number 2 pick and reports out of Washington saying that they're looking to grab another lottery pick and they're willing to pay an attack. They basically just want to start their rebuild. And, of course, this is the draft you want to start the rebuild with. Good job, Washington. So there's a couple of options there that are incredibly interesting for the Sacramento Kings, who, by the way, have a lottery pick at number 13. One is somebody that they have kicked the tires and flirted with for a long, long time in Kyle Kuzma. Mm-hmm. And the other is Denny Avdia. God, I hate that name. I've never gotten it right. Denny Avdia. And I want to look at these two players. We've already spent a long time looking at Kyle Kuzma. I got to be honest. Of those two, I don't think that's my preference.
Really?
I want to talk about Denny Avdia and the Sacramento Kings because it ain't sexy right now. To some people, maybe it is, but I don't think generally Denny Avdia is considered sexy. I want to do a centerfold of Denny Avdia for everybody and see if I can't make him sexy for you. So we'll do that in a little bit as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, Oklahoma City beats Dallas. Also, we'll let you know who the 49ers are playing and where and when week 1. We'll take a break. We're right back with all that next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Huerter is Sacktown Sports.
Huerter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Huerter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of consumer cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Weekends are for Sacramento Rivercats baseball. Join us Friday, May 17th for a Patrick Bailey bobblehead to the first 2,500 fans, presented by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. Saturday, May 18th is Salute to Armed Forces Night, presented by Budweiser, with a pregame flyover by the U.S. Air Force. Stick around postgame for a fireworks show presented by Sutter Health. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letts, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPfest.com. That's CITPfest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Gurnick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
This time of year can mean only one thing: Jeeps, Jeeps, and more Jeeps. It's Jeep season at Lodi Jeep Superstore. Leonard Harrington here, and I can't wait to tell you about what we've got going on, because we're talking Jeeps and big savings too. Now you can get the 2024 Jeep Compass Sport 4x4 for only $26,999. That's right, just $26,999. And of course, it comes loaded with features like rear view camera, power tailgate, blind spot monitor, Bluetooth, 4-wheel drive, and much, much more for only $26,999.
More than 5 available with this offer. MSRP $27,495. Lodi CDJR discount $496 equals a sales price of $26,999. See dealer for details. Offer ends 5/31/24.
We're talking Jeeps. We're talking big savings too during the Jeep season. Going on now at the Lodi Jeep Superstore, right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
and Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Just a follow up on our open. Finally got to Cody and Tom. Cody's average bedtime 8:30.
Oh wow.
Tom in bed 6:30. Tries to be asleep by 7. Couldn't do it.
There's like 2 hours of sunlight when Tom goes to sleep.
That's it.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
When the clock changes in the winter, I feel like that's a window of opportunity to try that. Except for we got you got to watch the Kings games or work the Kings games, whatever it might be. Now it would be really difficult. And sometimes at 7, it's still 90 degrees.
That's what I mean, as we get into summer. Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's blasting AC. And
Probably.
It's got like dark shades. And
I would imagine you have to. He's got to have like a blackout room in his bedroom.
He must eat dinner at like 4.
That's the
3
thing.
or 4.
That is some serious
that's
old
pretty
man
normal
energy.
for his age.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is
supper.
Every night he just has a nice tuna fish sandwich with the crust cut off.
Well, he brings that in here.
That's a great point.
Tuna in.
For the digestion.
Now, here's the question for us, though. We can't imagine doing that. However, I do think it needs to be brought up. But what if we weren't sports fans and this wasn't a sports show? Because that's the case for them. We can't physically do that because we have to watch Kings games and other stuff that generally starts at 7 p.m. But what if we were, I don't know, just a political talk show, let's say? Then we'd all bang our heads against the wall. But would that make a difference? Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, ideally, if I could do it in a perfect world, I would try to get close to 8 hours and not take a nap.
Yes, I agree with you.
That would be perfect.
I agree with you.
It's not that way.
His kids are gone too. He doesn't have the same family duties. When I
wonder if his wife does the same thing.
Oh, that's a great follow-up. When does she go to bed?
Because she could just to acclimate to his life. Or she I got my alone time and I'm going to watch what I want to watch or do what I want to watch from 6 o'clock till 9 or 10.
But at their age, isn't it probably where
not 100?
Well, maybe Tom though. They probably have separate rooms at this point, right? Like I Love Lucy.
They definitely have separate.
100%. They definitely have separate. Yes, there's separate beds going on. There has to. Yes, 2 different schedules.
Oh, now I'm picturing Tom in like a nightgown and a
and the
nightcap.
cap and
with the candle.
Yes, and with the little candle that he holds, the little curvy candle, going to bed.
Slippers.
He's got to take the glasses off. Then he's got like the PJs, slippers right by the bed.
And walks out in the morning to get the paper.
Yes. His slippers are monogrammed with like a cursive P and a T for Pat and Tom.
No, his are R and L, right and left.
The Jets will be visiting the San Francisco 49ers. Monday Night Football. The opening Monday Night Football. I don't know yet. We'll get the schedule tomorrow. I don't know if there's going to be. Wasn't it last year there was just one Monday Night Football?
Yeah, and then a couple different times during the year.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
Well, maybe Aaron Rodgers won't. Since it's in San Francisco, he won't run out carrying the flag. Because that was an amazing moment last year.
100% just hit me. I don't know why I saw that, and I did not even think about it till you just said it, that Aaron Rodgers plays for the Jets.
Yeah.
Will be in San Francisco.
That's his comeback game.
San Jose, whatever. Wow. That's right. Aaron Rodgers comeback game. I didn't think, God, this is why.
You're just seeing Jets.
I was just seeing Jets Niners. I wasn't even thinking about the matchups. You're right.
Because I have to admit, that moment was pretty cool.
It was awesome.
And then play 3, 4, I don't know what it was.
He comes out with a Cal flag.
College.
He's got all the roots here.
Yeah.
So wow, his comeback.
That's for sure here, I'm assuming. You said
that's at 49ers. Okay. So that's quite interesting. Also having him start off on a cross country trip. I'm excited for that. Oh God. I just I don't even want to verbalize it.
Well, last year was already felt like the year of the Jets. I'm sure we'll get that all summer too.
Oh, you
watch out for the
right,
Jets,
right?
Because they were
right.
Yeah, they were the Hard Knocks team. Yeah,
they were the Hard Knocks team. Does the same thing. First drop back, just goes down again. That would suck.
That would be awful.
That would be terrible. Do you think he retires at that point if he did? Probably, right? I don't know.
No, I think now he really tries to come back before the end of the year.
Oklahoma City, Dallas last night. Good game. Luka Doncic ends the half.
Out high, Washington switch, double. Washington to Doncic. Shot clock at 5. Doncic the fend off, lost his balance. Step back 3. He's got it.
Woo! Jalen Williams and one. Yeah, it was.
Loaded in for Williams. Drive on Irving, foul call. Got it. +1.
Hey. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, not the MVP, but golly, he certainly is right up there. He began to heat up late in the game.
Williams clears. Gilgeous-Alexander, the pull-up. It's there.
Yeah, he's hit a few in a row. Gilgeous is heating up.
Towards the end of the game, it's the one thing I remember more than anything. I don't know how they called the foul for Luka Doncic
when he fell going into
drives
the
into the paint and just falls on his butt, and they call the foul. And thank God he missed one. So that's the
Dallas's free throws. That was a mess last night.
That was the whole game. Was that the free
and OKC missed one.
OKC from the free throw line was sublime. As you said, they just missed one and shot quite a few. 23 of 24. That's 96%. Whereas Dallas shot just one less free throw. 12 of 22, or excuse me, 12 of 23.
Whoever does that.
I know that's such a Kings loss. And that the Mavericks, the more experienced team with a title holder on there and Kyrie Irving, the whole deal, they lose at home by 4 in a game where they miss 9 free throws.
Even at the end, so Luka's going to the line. Like you said, he misses the first, makes the second. PJ Washington needs to make the first, misses badly, then needs to miss the second and makes it. You're like,
what are you doing?
You guys are doing it wrong.
What are you doing? Then they call a timeout, and you just see PJ, like everyone on the bench is like, dude, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Is it possible that he was trying to miss that second free throw and accidentally made it?
I guess.
How the hell do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, 2-2. Good for Oklahoma City.
Save their season.
I mean, honest to God, this is that saved their season, and this is the inexperienced team.
Yeah.
This is the team that should be crumbling, but they did not. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out. A new place to watch baseball games. Something happened in a game that I don't know if it's ever happened before or will happen again, but my goodness gracious, buy a lotto ticket, and your stupid Yankees are making me angry in advance. And they haven't done anything wrong yet. They're just making me angry in advance. Safe or out next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/SacktownSports.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
You've seen the specials on Amazon, Netflix, Showtime, and more. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
Babe, can I go with Steve and have a drink at the casino? And then she started to speak wife. She looked at him right in the face and she goes, you can do whatever you want. And his dumb goes, told you. I go, oh, no, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Steve Trevino, Saturday, June 1st, the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets on sale now at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, the A's vastly improved play this year has certainly been noticed around baseball. Mason Miller was named the American League Reliever of the Month for March and April. And by the way, no runs allowed in April. And Brent Rooker is the most recent Player of the Week, a week that featured 2 homers in 1 inning against the Miami Marlins at the Coliseum.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Okay. Safe or out? Safe! Wearing my A's Cell shirt. Shout out to the last dive bar. You seen some of those tickets for the last game at the Coliseum? I saw somebody post a screenshot yesterday. I don't know which Ticketmaster or whatever the hell site it was, but it was like I think it was the 3rd level, and it was going for $60 a seat.
It's gross,
isn't it? And that's the A's, man. Just twisting
lining
it.
John Fisher's pocket.
Exactly. Just, hey, it's our last. This is a celebration of the history of Oakland. Oh, the one game you're going to? Yeah. We're just going to turn the screws. Atta baby. They'll be here next year. Save her out. Christopher Law. Question would.
Baseball signed a deal to start streaming Sunday games on Roku. Safe or out? You've never watched a game on Roku.
Not only is that safe, but I own quite a few Roku. All my TVs are Roku except one. All of them. And that means if for those who have Roku, the home screen when you turn it on, like you have Roku as a default, whatever they're doing in the background. So I see all the time what they're doing, whether streaming a game or the movie of the week or whatever. They're always trying to get you the Roku channel. I don't know. I'm not saying it's like a bad thing, especially if you're into baseball. Like, here's another way to watch it. And apparently this deal is going to be Sunday day. This isn't touching Sunday Night Baseball with ESPN, but it'll be Sunday in the day window, morning to day window. And
I think TBS had that for a bit.
Yeah. Was it TBS? Because they're grabbing that package from.
And it might be, or maybe Peacock has it.
Yeah, it was Peacock.
Okay,
it was Peacock. It was Peacock that had it. That package switches over to Roku, and one of the things they said is they're either going to go with local announcers or announcers with local ties, whatever that means. Yeah, I know. Either way, I mean, good that baseball is still selling media packages.
I guess. What did they sell this one for? $4?
$24, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's gonna be like, oh man, I didn't have Roku before, but now,
yeah.
Drop your pen.
Did you hear that?
Yes. This is going to be back in my day. I find when you have to watch a game on another service, it's a pain. I do it. It's fine. I adjust. I watched it. Like I told you, first world problems when the NFL's on Amazon. It's like, okay, but I like the ability to jump back. And yes, I go back and forth. It's just, it's not as convenient. It's not the world's biggest issue, but preferably I would not like it that way.
I
pay my taxes. Exactly.
I'm with you, dude. I've streamed.
You streamed.
Streaming. I was an early adopter. Streamt. I've streamt. Yes. Yeah, that's Carl Yastrzemski. Yeah. I was an early adopter on the streaming, switching from whatever I had. I think it was DirecTV to PS View back in the day. Let's just be honest, though. The satellite and cable, their big advantage totally is like when you switch channels back and forth, it's instant.
Last channel. Boom.
Yeah. And with streaming, it's like it's got to kind of load.
Right.
I've gotten used to that, but you're 100% right. When something's on Amazon, it ain't easy to go from Amazon to YouTube TV.
It's not immediate.
Right.
It's doable. It's done. It's just.
Fun fact, by the way, if you have YouTube TV, this is something a lot of people weirdly don't know, probably because they only started doing it last year. If you double click down on your remote, it'll bring up your last like 4 channels you've watched. So if you want to go to,
I did know that.
You did or did not?
I did.
Yeah. So if you double click down, it'll bring up a little menu with your last channel. So it's an easier way to go to last.
And if you double click up, it knows the next 4 you're going to change to.
Exactly, and it will. I don't have anything good there.
Then you just ordered a newspaper.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yes. The old newspaper. Number 2, please.
A fan caught 2 straight foul balls during a Mariners game. Safe or out? That's nearly impossible.
2 straight foul balls.
I've done that. No, I have not.
I don't. That dude needs to go buy a lotto ticket or something. Now maybe like, and this is
on back-to-back pitches.
That's insane. Yeah. Like, good luck on that. And this wasn't like, and I'm not throwing shade. I'm on the A's side, but like maybe if you're at the Coliseum or something, there's like 12 people there. I could no, this wasn't.
And
that.
It just was hitting seats, and you went and picked it up. It's
right.
Like wasn't near me.
No,
this was same spot, left field line. It was impossible.
But one of my dad's prized possession this day is he was my Uncle Mike lives in Denver, and they went to they actually went to the first game at Coors Field.
Oh, nice.
And he caught a foul ball from, I think, were they playing the Marlins? I don't know who they were playing. He caught a foul ball from Greg Jeffries. Man, my dad was so proud. He wrote Greg, the date, the name, and all that, blah, 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 final score of the game, and has it on we got him a little stand with a little baseball, a little bronze baseball glove, and he's got the ball.
Looks like a lettuce cup.
Yeah, it's just like a lettuce cup. So it's basically a baseball taco with Greg Jeffries in the middle. Number 3, please.
Clay Holmes has a 0 ERA as the Yankees closer. Safe or out? New York acquiring Mason Miller would be the best 1-2 punch since John Wetland and the Mariano Rivera.
Thank you. That's a pinch. Sorry, I wrote that. Auto.
They're getting Mason Miller?
I'm just saying,
preemptively angry?
Yes, I'm preemptively angry at the Yankees for closing with Miller and Holmes, the law offices of Mason and Clay. And honestly, so when I thought of that, because I was reading about Clay Holmes has a piece on the front page of ESPN's baseball page. And so which is weird. He has a zero ERA, I think, in 17 innings, but he's given up 3 runs, obviously unearned. And that was a blown save, but he's basically had a damn near perfect year. And then it would just be so Yankish to grab Mason Miller. And then I started thinking, well, hold on.
One could DH.
Would that, or DP?
Yes.
Yeah, designated pitch, or, yeah, you relax. But is that the best since? I know I'm not. I just wonder if I'm missing something, because Wetland and Rivera was stupid. That was just lights out. If the Yankees had the lead going into the 8th, you're just done.
There might be something else in there that we just don't think of, like, hey, these 2 guys in the Royals bullpen both threw 103. It's like, okay.
When did John Wetland pitch?
Well, he was with the Expos.
The 90s?
Yeah.
We have to go back to the 90s.
Let's go back to the 90s. Why do you ask, Chris?
I have no idea who that is.
You don't know? Okay.
Right before Rivera.
Let me just say this. John Wetland was a phenomenal reliever.
Don't look him up.
Don't look him up.
Which means you will.
You know the whole rule about, like, every time I talk about Ferris Bueller in a sequel, you always tell me just to not talk about the principal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's kind of a second cousin to that
Yeah.
one. But baseballically speaking, purely baseball, John Wetland was Man, he was rough in all the great ways. He was a hell of a closer. Hell of a closer, and then he comes over to the Yankees.
Yeah, let's move on.
I know. I'm just trying to talk baseball.
So there's probably a reason why I've never heard of him.
No, I would say it's probably more likely you have.
Yeah. Now I can't wait for Chris to look it up.
I'm surprised he hasn't yet because I'm just waiting for the anyways, that would be.
He went to the Rangers.
I'm trying to look here. Playing. Why are we doing this? He played for the Dodgers, Expos, Yankees, and Rangers from 97 to 2000. Anyway, what, 97 to 2000?
Yeah.
With the Rangers.
Oh, I thought you meant his whole career.
He started with the Dodgers actually, and then he started with the Dodgers and went to the Expos. Anytime I see anything involving Dodger Expo, I think of the Pedro Martinez trade. I wonder if he was a part of that. Dodgers, Expos, Yankees, Rangers, 330 saves and a lifetime ERA of 2.97. And that is all of the information that I have on John Wetland.
Okay.
Entirely.
Yep.
We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, a little bit of football. Jared Goff, no relation to Coco, is now the second highest paid player in the NFL. What is going on in Detroit? Well, could it be people are being smart? I've got some numbers for you. We'll talk about it next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast spotlights plenty of sunshine, but a cooler start to the day, so grab a jacket to get by those first few hours of your Tuesday. For the afternoon, mostly sunny skies ahead, upper 80s to low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This Memorial Day, the Roseville Auto Mall invites you to experience the thrill of saving like never before. 17 dealerships and thousands of vehicles all in one location. The giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall at the intersection of savings and satisfaction.
Do you hear that? That's your air conditioner working overtime this summer. But it's not just the temperature that's rising, so is your electric bill. Stop paying sky-high rates for your electricity with a solar electric system from Aztec Solar. Finally, you can calculate your monthly savings when you go solar without sitting through a 2-hour in-home sales pitch. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much you'll save each month by going solar. Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners with solar pool heating, solar electricity, and backup energy storage. Going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. How much will your paycheck be? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Yourpowersavings.com. Looking for a deal today? Now you can own a solar electric system for just $99.95 cash offer after incentives. Act now. This offer expires soon. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
It's Sacktown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso here to tell you about the Sacramento Autograph Expo Trade Night hosted by True Sports Cards, happening at the Fairgrounds in Roseville. Come hang out with fellow hobby enthusiasts as we sell and trade trading cards under the stars at Attaway Pavilion. Trade Night is completely free, happening Saturday, May 18th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. After an action-packed day of meeting your favorite athletes, stick around for a bit. So come on down to Trade Night at the Fairgrounds in Roseville, located at 700 Event Center Drive, Saturday, May 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information, visit sacksportscardexpo.com or hit up Trade Night host Candlestick Sports Cards on Instagram. See you there.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Just going back in our YouTube chat. Hello to everybody, all our normals, and Martin and Eric and Zeebs and Kevin and everyone in there. Love you. Zebra says it's National Biscuit Day. Be fluffy. I love biscuits, dude. I love biscuits. I've always got a couple rolls of biscuits in the fridge. Just bust out on a Sunday morning or something. You know, it's always there. A little butter, maybe a little jelly.
I like biscuits too much in the sense that I've never had biscuits and gravy. Like, I love biscuits and I like gravy. I don't think I've had biscuits and gravy. I mean, no, not in the traditional like breakfast way, right?
You've never had biscuits and gravy?
I don't think so. Which is kind of stunning because I love both of them.
How can we do this? The biscuit's the problem.
Yeah, because I want the biscuit on its own. I don't feel like needs gravy.
No, but when you add it,
is it great?
Like, I haven't had it in such a long time.
Oh my God. Okay. No, I'm sitting here right
Just
now.
Because
I mean,
so
maybe
good.
I have.
No, I want to make biscuits and gravy in here, but like, how do you do that? What would I do? Make the biscuits?
It's just the biscuits and like, is that the meal?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
no. Like eggs with it or something on the side.
You can put a lot of, like, if I go to a restaurant, I might do like scrambled eggs on top of the biscuits and gravy, and you could have whatever. But generally, I'll make like a sausage gravy, and I mean, but you can very simply just have biscuit, split it, and then pour the gravy on top of it.
It's like a side or a main dish, like whatever.
Okay, so I could make the biscuits at home. I could bring them in. I could wrap them in a moist paper towel, and I could microwave them. But I could make the gravy right here. I'm getting a hot plate, dude. I am 100% getting a hot plate right now.
That'll be in here till 2029.
Let's see. Hot. You know what? Why not? Right? Just why not, Jason? Countertop single. No, I want a good one here. Wow, these are cheap. $17 for a hot.
Or maybe I have had them and thought, this is exactly what will happen.
Is what?
You'll want to make biscuits and gravy in here.
I didn't know a hot plate was that cheap. Free delivery, 10 a.m. Let's go. Okay, so I would just need what? I'd need a little pan or a pot, whiskey, a whisk. Sorry, not whiskey. I realized as soon as I said it. A whisk, milk, and I just do I could actually, what I like to do is I like to fry up, like, one of them sausage, like breakfast sausage logs, Jimmy Dean, throw that in there and fry it up, and then just pour I'm doing that right now, Jason. I am, just so you know, I am a man of action here. So I'm proceeding to the checkout, and let's place that order. And here we go for $18. I'm getting a hot plate. Look at that. See right there, ordered. Boom. We're going to have biscuits and gravy. I can't believe you haven't had biscuits and gravy, or you're lying and you just wanted biscuits and gravy. Either way, good strategy. Also, on the chat, Martin and Eric and a couple other people have confirmed that a lettuce wrap is technically a taco, including
they've confirmed it.
Oh, thanks a lot, Martin and Eric.
Yeah, exactly. As a matter of fact, where's the one I wanted here? Oh, from Martin, it's a taco from an official Mexican. I'm giving you approval, Dave.
Oh,
official.
And he speaks for all Mexicans in the world.
Yeah, I
got you.
Confirm. We did confirm it.
And one last thing I'd like to say, and then we'll move on here to Jared Goff. Crunchy, fresh, hard shell taco. Greater sign so big that it's like 18 crocodiles with their mouths wide open. Soft taco. Come at me, bros.
Hello.
Yeah.
I will
what
say.
Do you consider a soft taco?
Anything
I will say greater than.
Yeah.
Not to the extreme that you're saying.
Just so.
It's greater than. No, it's greater than, but not 18 levels. Like, are you saying the soft taco's garbage?
No.
See, that's my point.
I'm saying a soft taco. It's good.
It's
good.
Really good.
It's good. I enjoy soft tacos. If I have a choice between,
you know what I do? If I have that, I make that, even if it's in a smaller tortilla, I make that somehow into a burrito.
With a soft taco?
Mm-hmm.
No,
I wrap it.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that.
And so it's
so like a street taco, you consider a soft taco.
Yes,
okay.
yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Whether it's the little street tacos or the big, and they
I don't love street tacos. I mean, I like.
They're fine. They're good.
Like
they're good. Oh, authentic street tacos are like on the street are super good.
But I'm with you on the crunchy shell.
Crunchy shell all day. If I've got a plate of crunchy tacos here,
but not the pre-made crunchy shell.
What is that? What do you mean? Like the Ortega, you get
the one
at the
that
store?
looks like a boat. Like, hey, put that. I'm like, no.
Well, my wife has those, and she has a little taco shell holder so that you put all the and they've got these ones that instead of it being like with the bottom that's just like
it could sit.
It actually has a little boat. Yeah. It can balance, right? Oh, you can put so much stuffing in there. It's insane. And my buddy Ron, he makes tacos for the whole family. Like when we go on vacation, we have taco night. It's the weirdest way I've ever seen to make tacos, but maybe it's normal for everybody else. So this fool does the ground beef, right? So you have the flat tortilla, okay? Mm-hmm. This dude takes the raw ground beef and he basically pushes down a layer. So half of the round tortilla is just raw ground beef. Then he folds it over and he has like a pile of those, and then he deep fries them all.
Mm-hmm.
He deep fries them and then piles them up. And you just grab a deep fried one and you stretch it without breaking it. And you put all your crap in there. It's really, really good. Okay. I've never had those before.
I haven't either.
Jared Goff. I'm hungry, dude. Can you tell I'm super hungry right now? We need to figure up something out there too. Like, there's got to be somebody that can DoorDash here. The amount of times I would love to get us breakfast, but I don't know how they'd get in here or how we would acquire the breakfast. Or we should just come up. If there's sponsors out there, we should get a sponsor that at least a couple times a week sets up like a breakfast buffet.
At least
a couple times a week.
This is why we need interns.
Yeah. That's exactly right. By the way, did I hear Frankie?
Yeah, Frankie's here.
What is Frankie doing?
Hi, Frankie. He's working.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, why is he?
7 a.m.?
He's dedicated
to
his craft.
Oh, okay, something happened. Jared Goff,
hi Frankie,
has been signed to a 4-year, $212 million contract, including $170 million of it guaranteed.
That's the real money.
That's the real money.
This seems like a cash grab.
The number one pick in 2016, obviously the highest paid player in Detroit Lions history. That is a $53 million average annual salary, making him the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL behind Joe Burrow. Detroit has been on a spending spree this offseason. They have dedicated over $444 million in contracts to Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and offensive tackle Penei Sewell.
Cash grab.
That's right. Here's something, though, that I thought you might find interesting, Jason Ross, because we all think about poor Jared Goff. I've actually become a very big fan of his, not just because he's kind of made his career, but also the turnaround in Detroit. How do you not root for them unless they're playing the Niners? And also the way it all went down, like this dude was the Rams quarterback, and then Sean McVay went and had margaritas in Mexico, like literally in Cabo with Matt Stafford's people, and next thing you know, he's traded, right? Like, oh, see you, Jared Goff. So how has that trade gone? Well, we all know that that Matt Stafford, I call him Matt, has a championship.
Correct.
But I have some numbers for you, Jason Ross, since the 2021 trade. Jared Goff has 24 wins. Matt Stafford has 24 wins. Jared Goff has a 66% completion percentage. Matthew Stafford has a 66% completion percentage. Jared Goff has turned the ball over 41 times. Matthew Stafford has turned the ball over 41 times. You might be seeing a trend here. Jared Goff, 46% success rate. Matt Stafford, a 46% success rate. Jared Goff has passed for 78 touchdowns. Matt Stafford, 75 touchdowns. Jared Goff has taken 89 sacks. Matthew Stafford has taken 88 sacks. Per passing attempt, Jared Goff gets a first down on 35.2% of plays. Matthew Stafford gets a first down on 35.2% of his attempts. Jared Goff has an average of 5.5 yards after the catch per completion, to Matthew Stafford's 5.5 yards after the catch per completion. It's pretty crazy, the similarities between the two. And I don't blame Goff for not winning a Super Bowl. He's playing for Detroit. But what he's done, and this is my question to you, Jason, obviously Matt Stafford's a Super Bowl champion, and that's the pinnacle. Isn't there a really good argument, though, that's kind of a leading question, but is there a good argument that Jared Goff's accomplishments in Detroit are actually more impressive?
They've definitely been impressive. I don't know if they're more, but they're what he's done, where his career was feeling like it was going to where he is now as the second highest paid QB. This is another one where both teams are probably happy. Rams got a Super Bowl out of it, and I don't think they're irrelevant now with Stafford.
No.
Goff has found kind of that magic spot of his career. He's revitalized it. His passing numbers have been great the last 2 years, and they had the great year last year. And now what's next for him besides this huge payday?
So that leads me to the end of the segment, which is this. Is the Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff trade the Tyrese Halliburton, Domantas Sabonis trade in the NFL? Except the championship.
Well, I know a little bit later when we talk about it again, there's the full layout of everything the Lions got.
Oh.
Everything. Because the Rams, you know what they got in this?
What?
Was Stafford.
They got Stafford.
And a Super Bowl.
That's right.
The Lions got the Gobert trade where they got a bunch of other things. And we'll see what the other things are.
Did we have somebody on the staff do research and maybe break that down?
Yeah.
Was it Frankie?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, stay tuned. We'll have more on this. More of.
Are you a pizza guy?
Are you a pizza guy? We'll talk about that at 8:27. In the meantime, we'll take a break. When we come back, by the way, NFL schedule out tomorrow, and we will of course talk about that. 3 for Madness. What's the biggest position of need for the Sacramento Kings? And a little bit of playoff action as well. We're right back in just 1 minute.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San
Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
It's Dodge season at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and that means it's a season to save and save big on Dodge. Just listen to this. Right now, you can get a 23 Dodge Charger SXT for only $19,999. Just $19,999. What? A new Dodge Charger for under $20K. That's unheard of. That's almost $17,000 in net savings off MSRP. Just do the math, friends, because that adds up to a whole lot of savings. So you better hurry before they're gone.
Or to find this offer. MSRP $39,620. Sales price $28,419. Net price $19,999 after $8,420 in rebates. See dealer for details. Offer ends 5/31/24.
It's Dodge season here, and it's a season to save. And it's going on right now at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, coming up next, really sad news in the world of the NBA. Not that kind of sad news, but it might be the end of an era as these TV deals are shaken out. And according to one very connected industry insider, we may be approaching the end of maybe the greatest sports show in the history of sports. We'll talk about that and the specifics there as well. In the meantime, Chris Verlaud, 3 for Madness, question 1.
Which is the bigger position of need for the Kings, the 2 or the 4?
All right, so coming up at 7:43, we're going to talk specifically about some moves opening up possibly for the Kings. The idea there is, well, is it the 2 or is it the 3/4? I said 4 because that's where Harrison Barnes ultimately played for the most part last year. However, we do know the thought is you could slide Keegan into the 4, depending on who you got at the 3, if that's where you wanted to go. There's a couple things at play here, Jason. Obviously, the 2 spot becomes a whole different topic if Malik Monk signs or doesn't sign. If he does not sign, then I would say the 2 is probably right now the weakest spot overall. If Monk were to come back, then I would put that directly on Harrison Barnes' spot at the 4.
Yeah, I think it's the 4.
Yeah.
I think it's the 4.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah, no matter what. I mean, ideally Malik makes a difference, but last year when Malik did go out, they kind of found a way with, and Herter was out with Keon Ellis. I mean, it's to his credit, he did some really good things. But like if Barnes, which, to his credit, he was very healthy, has played every game the last couple of years. If he went out, literally, what would they have done? Lyles?
That's
Sasha?
Yeah, it's Lyles or Sasha, and Sasha was hurt for a lot of the year.
I mean, they just don't have as many choices now. Lyles may have done just fine, but I feel like there are more opportunities at the 2. I mean, you could have played Davion, you could have played Duarte, you could have played Keon that they did. Obviously, Herter when he's right.
Yeah.
It just felt like they had more choices. Now they could still upgrade in all of it.
Sure,
but I would say the 4 is the bigger issue.
Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Pacers Knicks resume tonight. Is this the most contentious series left in the playoffs?
Yeah, when you go through, and we'll talk about Dallas and Oklahoma City in a second, but yeah, there's definitely bad blood, but there's definitely some stuff there, and that part of it's the history. And I don't know how familiar or how much current players care. We always talk about like Dodgers Giants. Well, the Dodgers Giants rivalry started in New York and has gone through the years, and there's also a geographical rivalry there with Indiana and New York. There's no geographical rivalry, obviously, but this goes all the way back to Reggie Miller and Spike Lee and that whole thing. I don't know how much the current players think about it, but I promise you the fans do, and players feed off the fans. There's a little extra in this series. It's a kind of a throwback. New York's a very physical team. Indiana wants to prove they belong. I'm looking forward to how this series ends up. I'm enjoying this series.
I am too. I mean, really, we've got 3 series now that are 2-2, 3 of the 4, and I feel like from this point on is when if there's something that's going to start, it's coming because they've gone through the testing out process, and now it's we haven't really decided anything. We look at the Denver Minnesota series where now Murray and Edwards are doing a little bit of John on court and in the media. So I think we're starting to get there in these series, and with 3 of them at 2-2. But yeah, to your point that the Knicks and Pacers had a history a little bit before, so makes it fun.
And the thing about the playoffs too, which is everybody talks about playoff basketball, and a lot of times that conversation is centered around the style of play, slows down a little bit more, less transition, defense kind of becomes a thing. What I don't think gets talked about a lot in playoff basketball is what is actually really obvious. You have teams playing a minimum of 4 back-to-backs against each other. It's the same team for 4 to 7 games. During the regular season, now since the lockout /COVID, we've had more back-to-backs. Usually happens 4 or 5 times a year where you'll play Houston once and then Houston again or whatever. When you're playing the same team, you combine the same players, the fans, the pressure, the high stakes. Okay, well, a lot of times during the course of the regular season, maybe a couple teams kind of get chippy at the end of a game. They might not see each other for another 2 to 3 months. And by then, pretty much all is forgotten. You may have a couple players here and there injured. Things are different. Maybe somebody got traded. When you're playing each other, okay, I'm playing you Monday, I'm playing you Wednesday, that happened at the end of Wednesday. Well, I'm remembering that on Friday, and I'm already going into this game with a little chip on the shoulder. And generally through the playoffs, 2 things happen. Either A, as the series progresses, it gets a little more chippy, or if you've got, let's say they played each other in the playoffs last year, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, it's game 1, but it's really game 8 of this series. And you also had the regular season. I mean, we saw that with the Lakers and Kings.
Right.
We don't talk enough about that when we talk about playoff basketball and the fact that these guys are seeing each other all the time and they rub each other the wrong way. And then, Jason, the later you get into the playoffs, the more tired these guys are, the more you're really digging deep. The stakes are getting higher and higher and higher. So I think they get chippier as you advance.
Exactly.
Because people are fighting for their legacies, and I don't like you, and I don't want to see you take my legacy from me. And I think as a fan, that's some of the best parts of playoff basketball.
That's what we look forward to.
Yep. Yeah. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Speaking of, there's a little talk back and forth in the 4th quarter of last night's Mavs Thunders game. Do you like that in a playoff series?
So, we talked about how there's a prevalence of that in the playoffs, but is it likable? Is it something you enjoy as a fan? I kind of answered that at the tail end of what I said. I love it. Now, I don't want people stomping on others' chests. I don't want people throwing basketballs at people's faces. I don't want there to be brawls. But I got to be honest with you. Let's take is it fair to say that Boston-Cleveland is whether it's the most boring or it's the series we're paying attention to the least, right? If Cleveland goes,
ironically, the Cleveland series before was the one we paid attention to the least.
Honest to God, that's so true. Let's say Cleveland, it's 3-1. Cleveland goes into Boston and beats him by like 18. And during the course of that game in Boston, there's a Donnybrook, man. Like, not a Donnybrook where I guess everybody gets suspended. That'd be lame. But like, there's like 12 technical fouls throughout, like 4 different double technicals, and this guy's going at it with this guy, and you had a hard foul here. Well, I got to tell you something. I'm a lot more likely to watch game 6 now because there's a little bit of dramatics there. I do like it to a point in playoff basketball.
Yeah, anytime you're at these games, when something like that happens, it changes the whole energy of the building too. So now the building feels it.
Yes.
And if they feel it, the players feel it. It comes through the TV for those of us watching it on TV. So, yeah, it's palpable if you can get to that part of it where it's, you don't want people punching each other, but it's like, oh, they might punch each other.
Right.
Like, so I'm going to keep watching because they might fight. And I'm watching a good basketball game that's intense. So I think that's the best of basketball of the playoffs basketball.
We talked about this about a year ago when we were talking about Draymond Green, and I was saying how all that crap had happened right in front of me, and there was a palpable change in the air. And again, same thing I said last year, but if you're ever at a boxing match, if you're ever at an MMA match, the energy in the room, and there's no way to put a finger on it. If you know, it is a different energy than at a baseball, basketball, football game. Now, when there's some sort of potential perceived or actual violence that happens in a game, even if it's just a shoving match, obviously it's not going to compare to MMA or boxing. That's the whole point. But the energy changes, and it's a different thing now, and everyone. It's tough to describe, Jason. A smarter, a psychologist would do better than me. But it's almost like this primal feeling that people have. That's, as Jack Nicholson said, deep down in places you don't talk about at parties. All of a sudden comes up to the surface, and now all of a sudden the rumblings and the mumblings are different, and it is awesome.
I mean, it's anybody that's, okay, you foul me, and it's like perceived that like, ooh, that was a little bit like that wasn't a cool foul.
Right.
So now the next time I foul you, it's like, what's my response?
Well, let's draw that.
And then does Chris step in? And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, he didn't like either one of these, and now we got something.
Now
and it's like we're playing, but it's like, okay, that, kind of run through the key. There was just a little extra elbow. It's like, that wasn't here before.
That's right.
And so now what's going to swing it? And it could go into an all-out fight, or it's just like, man, this is the rest of the game, and this is only game one, and this series is going to be something to watch. So I think that's what you get in the playoffs, and I think it's good as long as it doesn't get out of hand.
There's also one other point about that too, Jason. I'm glad you went down that road. It's something that, just like I said, when we're talking about playoff basketball, we don't talk about the back-to-backs enough. We also don't talk about this enough. It's also highly predicated upon what the refs really kind of want to happen.
Yeah.
What we see on TV is not what the refs see in here. Referees know when something is beginning to develop. They hear every word being talked about between the players. They hear the stuff you can't pick up on television. They see the increased physicality. They can choose, and not always, but they can choose to really make it difficult for these things to escalate by tightening up a little bit, calling fouls, and talking to these guys and saying, guys, getting a little out of hand. We're going to tighten up a little bit. You need to relax. Or they choose not to, and if they let it go a little bit, these players are going to push for an advantage, and if it gets too over the top, then the players regulate instead of the referees. They have a lot of control as to where these games go, not in a conspiratorial way.
Right.
It's just a fact that they do. We'll take a break. When we come back, the end of an era is likely approaching. Maybe the best sports show in history is going away. We'll talk about the details there next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast spotlights plenty of sunshine, but a cooler start to the day, so grab a jacket to get by those first few hours of your Tuesday. For the afternoon, mostly sunny skies ahead, upper 80s to low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696355.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Welcome to the May Springtime Sales Event at Kia of Vacaville, where we're celebrating the arrival of a new season with unbeatable lease options on our 2024 lineup. As May blossoms with possibilities, it's the perfect time to immerse yourself in the exhilarating world of Kia, highlighted by the luxurious and versatile Kia Telluride. Throughout the May Springtime Sales Event, Kia of Vacaville is thrilled to showcase our top models with irresistible lease offers. Experience the thrill of driving the all-new Kia Sportage, seamlessly blending captivating design with dynamic performance. Dive into the impressive fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid marvel designed to extend your adventures. Embrace the essence of spring with our eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, specifically tailored for those who prioritize efficiency without compromising on style. With the EV9 in stock, Kia of Vacaville stands as your premier destination for electric excitement. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Just announced. Welcome to the WNBA. The Golden State Valkyries. That is the name announced for the Bay Area WNBA team. I'll show you the logo, Jason. Kind of an interesting choice of colors.
Look, I found the place your life is going, in the garbage.
Yeah, the purple. Yeah. Interesting. Purple. Huh. It's a pretty cool color for a basketball team.
It's a pretty good color for a WNBA team.
Disagree.
You disagree?
Yes. Only. They're stealing from us.
Yes.
They're ripping us off. Oh, I see where you were going.
Yeah.
There. Oh no, I totally agree. Sorry. I didn't make that connection. Yeah, you're right, dude. We brought that up last week, but seriously, someone's got to ask Vivek. Someone says the guy in the media. What's going on there? What's going on with the whole WNBA Sacramento team?
Yeah, what was the newest one announced? Toronto?
Yeah. Well, now they got, I don't know, Golden State might make it a little more rough. Look, we can't do anything about like getting all-star games or anything. We're screwed on that one. I think like every other freaking NBA team has gotten a all-star game practically. We're way behind we're way behind on that one. And that's not, I don't blame ownership at all. But how do we not have a WNBA team? Like what's the holdup there? Stop screwing around with the A's. take that money and get us a WNBA team. Like what are we doing? It's the same thing. By the same thing, I mean you own the Kings, so own the Monarchs, which I'm sure would just be. Imagine if we were going through that right now, the whole Return of the Monarchs thing and that whole deal.
Be a lot of fun.
This was a great WNBA town back when the WNBA was nowhere near what the WNBA is now. What is the thought there?
We're almost 20 years from the championship.
That's insane. That's insane.
2005. It's all the way live. 2005. That was their mantra.
Yeah, and now you got a ring.
I do.
You have a ring.
Very gaudy, impressive ring.
It's so gauche.
Very impressive.
Very, very impressive. All right. Well, congratulations, the Golden State Valkyries. By the way, shouldn't affect anything at all. The fact is, we have an NBA team in Golden State.
Yeah.
In San Francisco. We have an NBA team here. Why can't we do that? And why would the WNBA? Isn't that just a phone call? Isn't that just like Vivek going like, hi, it's Vivek. Yeah, we're good. Let's go. A WNBA team. Yeah,
I think it's a little more than that.
I mean, what's the WNBA going to say? No, we don't want another really great market. Screw it. Go. Let's go. Ride the wave.
They got to be careful about not over expanding, but they're expanding. Yeah. I think this is good. This is the right time. It's growing. It's growing at a good pace.
It is.
But I felt like, it was dangerous when the Maloofs basically just walked away from it to get them back. But I think everybody thought it would be sooner than it's been. Obviously, there's still no sign of it.
What we got here? We got Eastern and Western conferences. And what do we have? 3, 6, 9. We got 12 teams. And then what? Now 14 with the expansion?
Mm-hmm.
That's less than half the NBA.
Right.
Let's go. They're chartering flights now. Let's go. What are we waiting for?
Gosh, I missed that. That was
what, chartering flights?
Oh, the amount of times that we were stuck in airports. And the summertime too, when you're thinking you'd have little travel. We had so many travel issues. So many times.
Yeah, now you get a charter
sitting in the airport.
Let's say
the one, I should look this up. I can't remember exactly what we did, but I want to say the Monarchs had a quirky schedule. They played, it was Indiana and Minnesota. And they weren't back to back. It was, I want to say it was like a Tuesday, maybe even a Monday to Sunday. And the debate was to come home, but we didn't. And I just remember being in I felt like I was in Minnesota forever.
Yeah. Well, that was summertime though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying better than December, right?
Oh yeah. No, that was, but like when you, there's, usually there's a game or the game is tomorrow. And it's like, okay, well, it's tomorrow. Well, it wasn't tomorrow, and it wasn't the next day, and it wasn't the next day. It was just we were there for.
It had to be really cool for you guys, for the ladies to play a nice, long, sweaty, hard game, and then try to squeeze their 6-foot, God knows whatever, selves into a commercial flight.
Oh yeah, that was so. Most of the time we were Southwest.
Yeah,
most of the time. So the thing was, whoever got the earlier boarding pass, it was like, all right. Get that exit aisle. That was usually for Yolanda. Hey, I get the earliest one. I'll get there. I'll get the seat. All right, here you go. And then I'll move and find my
Did you get the points?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Back then. Well, an A. You were an A-list traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we get another WNBA team, I don't want to, I'm not here to give advice to you, but I think you should go for the play-by-play job.
It'd be fun.
Would it? You think?
Yeah, the last year I got it full time because I shared it with Co. Co's did it, and then I would do some games. So I got it the very last year. Co's was, I don't know, done or something happened. I can't remember what. And then they went away.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Was it you?
I think so.
Chris?
It actually might have been me.
Why?
I think I started board opping the Monarchs games their final season.
So it's Chris and I.
Wow.
Yeah. I did 1 year of the XFL Demons, 1 year full time of the Monarchs. Yeah.
Wow. What just happened?
Yeah.
And I've also been to a Demons game.
See, it's Chris and I, the combo.
Wow.
So this is our final.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
I missed out.
Yeah.
According to Bill Simmons, and however you may feel about Bill Simmons, he is a heavyweight in the sports world and he is incredibly connected. NBC Universal is going to win the bid. And they're just waiting until maybe the playoffs are ended, who knows, to announce the fact that they have won what have they won the bid for? Basically, what amounts to the current TV package that TNT has. It won't be exactly the same. NBC will adjust some things, but the NBA, the great news is it sounds like the NBA is going to return to NBC. the John Tesh theme, you would imagine they'd be the stupidest people in the world to not bring that back. Don't update it. Don't add in an extra kick drum. Just hit play on the current John Tesh theme you have right now. But the sad news there is that what many consider, myself included, perhaps the greatest sports show in studio, maybe of all time, inside the NBA with Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq, is going to end because for pretty much the reason of Ernie Johnson has said he will not leave Turner Sports.
Which I appreciate that.
I appreciate that too. Now, here's what I hope. Because Shaq and Charles and Kenny almost certainly all have kickers in their contract that allow them to leave if there's no show. What I would hope is that Turner would go to Ernie and say, Ernie, come on, man. And then NBC just give Ernie like a Godfather, crazy, you are eternally wealthy type deal. And then just shift that sucker over to the NBA. But here's the other thing. It can't just be those guys. Because anybody who watches that show, and you and I watch it, or I think other people do too. You don't have to be in the media, but you and I being there also understand that show is as much the crew
for sure
as it is Ernie and the guys.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of layers here. The one thing is what I have questions for is I have no problem, honestly, with NBC getting the overall deal.
Sure.
What I think of when people should be thinking of that is like ABC has the finals and ABC has some other select Saturday night games and some other things. Most of the work, though, through the year is TNT
That's right.
or ESPN.
Yes.
So where are these non-NBC games going? Because NBC's not going to be showing it over.
No, I think Amazon's,
Chicago Hope or whatever is
Yeah.
a Peacock and some of these other entities, or
Yeah.
where like are the majority of the weekday games going?
I think Amazon's going to fill that gap a little bit.
Okay.
They're going to step up their streams.
And then on the so that's
So there
different
you go
announcing
with the
crew.
flipping the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my personal view of TNT, that show, it is the elaborate, all of it. It's the crew, it's the staff that we get to see every night. But on an individual basis, Ernie makes it go. Like he keeps it all together.
Yep.
And if he doesn't want to leave, then that's fine. But on the other three guys, I think Charles would go anywhere and could go anywhere and fit anywhere. Kenny and Charles kind of feel like they need to be together because I think Kenny really does a pretty good job of breaking down the game. Charles
I agree.
is either that or a comedy or something else. I don't think they need Shaq.
I agree with you. I
like
think
Shaq works with them and Ernie the whole thing.
Yeah.
But like if they're all free agents and I'm a TV recruiter, I'm like, I want Shaq. I want Charles and Kenny.
That's I completely agree.
And then I'll try to find the host.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, you're with Carmichael. Like we're gonna make it work.
I agree with you.
You're not earned. We'll
I
get
agree
this,
with you.
and then over time, like we got this is our new show. It's a new
I
time.
agree. I agree 100%.
And it doesn't have to be Shaq.
Shaq is 100% the weak link on that show, if there is one.
And he's fine
And
with
he's
the
fine.
whole group.
Right.
But like literally sometimes when he's doing basketball and he's like kind of serious, and he's just
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
What
Right.
are you saying?
I have no idea.
But when he's funny and him and Charles are going back and forth, like that's good. But I don't think he needs to be like.
And he
I don't
doesn't need them either.
No.
Shaq's fine.
No, exactly. None of them need to do
right,
it.
right.
But
I think that look. Could I see a player come in and do the Kenny role? Yeah, I love Kenny, but I think Shaq's the most replaceable. I'd put Kenny behind him.
Charles would be the key free agent.
Charles has said a few times he's retiring soon. He said he was going to retire at 60. He's 61 years old. So I don't know if this is the
be
key.
natural.
It
Next
might just
year
be
could
natural.
the last one, and like let's wrap it up.
And I don't know how you replace Ernie.
I don't think you can. I know they've had other people in there, and this is so unfortunate because I'll watch it. It's not the same when other people fill in, and they all do.
And
fine.
they do great.
Yeah, it's just not.
But
the
I
same.
don't know. You name it. There's just and you can't put your Ernie he is the ultimate point guard, and he has this way. It's like, well, what is it about Ernie? He's just likable, and he stays out of the way, and he is the conductor on the most difficult train in media.
Yeah,
and he manages to do that.
And basketball is such a current hip hop like current time,
Yes.
and he's older. He
Yes.
just fits. It's not like, oh, that old man. Like, I don't know. He just blends in beautifully.
They had Draymond on last night. He's doing a two-day thing. And all Draymond-y stuff aside, I've said before, I actually think he's a really good analyst. I enjoy listening to him. But he's sitting there at the desk with those guys, and he's in the middle. There are two on the left, two on the right. He's in the middle. And he just looks, and time would help, but he just is so damn out of place. And it looks like a sixth finger. And it's unfortunate. I love the show. I love everything about the show. And like I said, not only would they have to grab Ernie and Charles and Kenny, because that show, you can put anybody with them, they're fine. You also have to grab the director. You got to grab the guys behind the scenes that are making the little memes. You know how difficult it is to have Charles talk about, eating pancakes. And then as they go to break 3 minutes later, it's Charles. It's a meme of Charles pounding pancakes on top of a conveyor belt. And like they put that stuff together in like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
That is so much a part of the show.
Absolutely.
We'll take a break here. When we come back, the Washington Wizards, according to reports, are looking to grab another lottery pick. Hey, I know someone with another lottery pick. Let's get into that. And I will tell you, this is something to 100% keep an eye on. Also, a little subplot when it comes to Atlanta. We'll do that next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
We all have some things from the past that we might regret, or better yet, might like to get rid of. I'm talking about that mistake you made years ago that still may be haunting you. How great would it be if that could be expunged and gone? Poof, just like that. But where do you go for something like that? Try the Gonzalez Law Offices. Jonathan Gonzalez is right here in downtown Sacramento, and he's here for you. Maybe you need someone for wrongful termination. Again, the Gonzalez Law Offices. Go to SacLegalDefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile.
Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. While the A's vastly improved play this year has certainly been noticed around baseball, Mason Miller was named the American League Reliever of the Month for March and April. And by the way, no runs allowed in April. And Brett Rooker is the most recent Player of the Week, a week that featured 2 homers in 1 inning against the Miami Marlins at the Coliseum.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
The NBA playoffs are here, and we all know playoff mode is a thing. Listen to the evidence. Playoff crowds are going wild. Playoff players are lighting up the court. Even your speakers are in playoff mode. Okay, we'll take it down a notch, but just a notch, because this is the Turn It Up to 11 NBA playoffs. Playoff mode is clearly a thing. The NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel continue on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
Place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
According to reports, the Washington Wizards, who already have the number 2 pick in the draft, are looking to build on that. They want another lottery pick, and they're willing to make moves. The idea, obviously, being that they are ready to start a full rebuild, which they need.
Yes.
Might just be the wrong draft to do that. But according to Evan Sidri, who covers the NBA for Forbes, the Wizards have number 2 and number 26. They want a 3rd first-round pick. That's also via Michael Scotto, who is a senior NBA insider for USA Today. Kyle Kuzma was thrown out there. Now, Kyle Kuzma, Jason, is a guy.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy that has long been linked all the way back to the almost happening trade with the Los Angeles Lakers, in which the Wizards, and speaking of, and Russell Westbrook swept in and took that out from under Mondi and friends. But this is obviously a player they're very familiar with. If you're wondering, just an update on Kyle Kuzma. He is 28. He'll be 29 in July. Last year, 22 points, 6.5 boards, a little over 4 assists. He is 6'9". You could slot him at the 3 or 4, probably the 3 is my guess, but who knows? And that's pretty much been, he's a pretty darn consistent guy. He's not going to blow you away defensively. He's going to shoot mid-40s from the field. And
you also have his contract numbers going forward?
That's the other thing about him.
It wasn't terrible.
No, it wasn't. Right. It's actually, I believe, a pretty friendly contract, somewhere in the low 20s. Let me bring
I think
that
it's
up
a
here.
new one, isn't it?
I think he's got 3 more years left. Yes, he does. Let's see. Kyle Kuzma is on a declining deal, a Ken Cattanello special, if you will. He made $25.5 million this year, makes $23.5 next year, $21.5 the following year, $19.5 the following year. It's an incredibly team-friendly contract. And the idea there would be very simple. I mean, the simplest deal would be, we'll give you 13 in Harrison Barnes straight across for Kyle Kuzma. Call it in.
Right.
You now have your Harrison Barnes replacement. They've got Harrison Barnes if they're going to rebuild. Harrison Barnes
for 2 more years, right?
Right. And very, very friendly contract.
There's the grown-up in the room.
That's the grown-up in the room for a rebuilding team. Makes a lot of sense for Washington. They're obviously losing scoring there. They're gaining a little bit of defense, and their numbers are pretty similar the rest of the way across the board.
And then you'd have the pick 2, and then the Kings at 13.
That's exactly right. So you have 2, 13, and the other pick we talked about. So that to me is an incredibly now they, as I understand it, I believe they'd have to wait to draft day to do that. They'd have to draft whoever on behalf of the Wizards and then make that trade because of the Atlanta protections on that deal. But That's not my number one choice when it comes to Washington. And, oh, sorry. My wife just sent me a picture. Oh, my God. It is Pumageddon at my house. Apparently the dogs ate something wrong, and she just sent me a picture of what she woke up to. Oh, dear. Sorry, sweetheart. Oh,
Probably got into the tacos.
Probably good. I mean, at least it's on the tile, but dear Lord. Anyways, hey, back to this. Denny Avdia of the Washington Wizards, 23 years old. He will be 24. He was the 9th pick in the 2020 draft. He will be 24 January 3rd. Let me just give you a little bit on our guy Denny here, who is 6'9", 210 pounds, very similar build to Kyle Kuzma. He just finished his 4th season in Washington. Jason, I'm just going to give you year to year from rookie year up, some numbers. Points per game: 6.3, 8.4, 9.2, 14.7. Rebounds: 4.9, 5.2, 6.4, 7.2. Assists: 1.2, 2, 2.8, 3.8. Minutes: 23, 24, 26, 30. Field goal percentage: 41, 43, 43, 50.6. 3-point percentage: 31, 31, 29, 37.4. You see where I'm going here? With the exception of his rookie year, he has played in 82, 76, and 75 games each season. He started all 75 last year. Up till then, he was a split starter the year before and was a bench guy in his rookie and second years. Last year, just to put it all together, Denny Avdia averaged just under 15 points a game, a half a block, just under a steal, 4 assists, 7.2 boards on splits of 50, 37, and 74. You're looking at a guy who is a top 10 pick, who is absolutely showing an increase when it comes to his production across the board. Here's the other thing about Denny Avdia. He just signed an extension. Next year, he will make $15.6 million, 14.3 the year after, 13.1 the year after, 11.8 the year after that. Now, I'm excited to bring this up and talk about it because, again, we talk about hardcores and casuals, and we always say casual is not a pejorative, is not an insult. Most people aren't psychos and know everything about Denny Avdia. But it is a name that Kings fans in this situation, I think, should be very, very familiar with if you're looking for a Harrison Barnes replacement. He's not the sexiest name out there, but in my opinion, and not the perfect one, but when you dig into the realities of what we're dealing with, the issues with the encumbrances on the pick with Atlanta, the fact that Washington's looking for something, the fact that these two front offices have talked many, many times before, the fact that Kuzma is the obvious guy, but here you have a guy who's still, he's 7+ years younger than Kuzma. He's on a better deal than Kuzma, and Kuzma's deal is great. And with the exception of scoring, his numbers are better across the board.
Yeah, my pushback, it makes a ton of sense for the Kings. My pushback would be the Wizards, if they're in the rebuild mode. Here's a younger player on a better contract that's developing. Like, why? I would want something in equal value in return, not in similar value, not necessarily. I think right now Barnes is the better player.
Agreed.
Or has a better track record.
Yeah.
But the future's not as bright. So I would want some, again, I would like Keegan, but Keegan's not the exact comparison.
Yeah.
Someone that's tracking at that age, if I'm the Wizards.
You're probably, I would say this. I think it's fair to say that the price, again, we're dealing with the Wizards. That's the other thing. They haven't exactly made the best decision. So maybe you get lucky there.
Yeah.
But I would say the price for Denny Avdia should be more than the price for Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, believe it or not, and based on what they've done. And so, yeah, if I'm trying to build, I'm thinking of Avdia, the second pick, whatever else they can get in future pick, like the next group of Wizards.
I hear you. And honestly, I think if I'm Monty, I'm kicking the tires on that if they think it's a good fit. And I'm starting with that pick. I'm starting with Harrison Barnes. And you know what? If they want to push me to Davion Mitchell, if they want to push me a little bit, Just keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye. Also, as we break, it also sounds like Clint Capella will be made available by Atlanta. I would keep an eye on that too. By the way, that's not a big, I understand that. You're talking about a guy on a $20 million expiring that could offer a little bit of defense and a little bit of rebounding. That would be a very good backup to Domantas Sabonis, and they're trying to get rid of that salary. That might be something to keep an eye on. If you grabbed Capella, maybe Atlanta gives up those encumbrances as well or pushes them off. That's just something to keep in mind. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into the NBA draft. Potential 13th pick. We take a look at Tyler Smith. We've got audio and more for you next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Across Sacramento, air conditioners are firing up, and with them, power bills are going through the roof. Are you ready for your utility bill to soar even higher next month? Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners save money because going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. We call it the Aztec Paycheck. How big of a paycheck? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much money you'll save every month. Find out how much you'll save now at yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable. Stop paying the power company and start paying yourself. Looking for a deal? Here's a timely offer from Aztec Solar. You can own a solar electric system for just $99.95. Cash price after incentives. Don't waste another dollar. Visit yourpowersavings.com and keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Letts, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Ryan Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPfest.com. That's CITPfest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Gurnick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
That's a great point.
Or all the finals or all the conference. Yeah.
Come on. I mean, I love
Stuff
NBA.
Changes.
I love NBA.
Nobody likes change.
By the way, who knows? Maybe if Inside the NBA is ending on TNT, maybe NBC's new show is going to be amazing.
Could be.
I don't know.
Right.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the draft coming up again. Let's talk. I am very skeptical. Skeptical. That's a word.
Yep.
That the NBA or that the Kings will make this pick, but hey, we got to go for it, man.
Yeah, and they got to do all their workouts and due diligence and see, hey, what are our best choices? Is it to take this player at 13, or is it to? I mean, that's a good spot to be in a sense. You'd rather be playing in the playoffs, but if you miss out, they do have a pick and they get some choices here.
And I think, look, you got to do all the diligence that's due.
Yes,
obviously. We're looking at Tyler Smith today.
Yeah, we'll go through all the different potential guys at 13.
G League Unite, one of those guys. Yeah. One of those guys.
He's big, swing guy.
6'10",
6'11", I think.
There's a little audio for you.
At number 13, we have the Sacramento Kings. I have them taking the third Ignite player off the board, Tyler Smith. The more I watch of Smith, the more I feel like he'll make an appearance here in the late lottery. At 6'10", he's a true forward who really showed off his athleticism and shooting in the G. He shot 36% on 4 attempts from outside, overall scoring 13.4 points per game and getting it done in a lot of other areas too. Smith offers some immediate help in those areas for the Kings. I think he can help space the floor on a roster that really can't get enough spacing in its current configuration. And he also adds a little bit of size and athleticism that they've gone without for stretches at a time.
I think the key in all of that, so when I watched the clip that they showed, this is the dangerous part of not being as in tune to college basketball, or in this case, G League players. And then when you watch video, like, ooh, every time I watch them, I'm like, hey, I see some things there. But for him, to me, I think the phrasing that was said there, this piece was from SI, spacing.
Yeah.
As long as you're going Sabonis and Fox, which every reason to believe that's their anchor pieces going forward, you need to space the floor for both of those guys.
Sure.
For Fox, for his ability to get into the lane and those paint touches and get all the way to the basket. And for Sabonis, just to create the space for him to see the floor and find people that he can get open with his great passing ability. So, again, that's kind of where Tyler Smith could fit in. He's big. He is athletic, 6'10".
Yeah.
Floor spacer, but I don't know if he is the ideal choice, but I think looking at him and seeing him in that general area, I've seen him as high as around 10 or 11 to 16, 17. He's a player in that area. So makes sense, some sense. I want to see more of these guys and overall what the Kings think, but I could see that.
Bill Duffy is his agent, also the same agent as Kessler Edwards. Could that be a connection? Ooh. 6'10", when you look at his pluses and minuses, if you will, the pluses, he can score. He can shoot the threes you talked about. He's a youngster, 19 years old.
Which that's a little abnormal for Monty.
That is incredible.
We say that, but
until it's not.
Right.
It's not. Negatives, his defensive rating. Doesn't get to the line too much. A little bit of fouls. He'll foul from time to time. Not the strongest rebounder, if you will, especially on the defensive end. But again, they've got to break stuff down there left and right. But he is, at least according to a couple mock drafts, the second ranked power forward in the draft behind possible number 1 pick Alex Sarr.
Yeah. So my general thought on 13 is under the assumption that the Kings take the player and it's for them and they're keeping it. I think this player needs to be in the rotation immediately.
I agree with you.
So it's not, and it might be the 6th man, might be the 9th man, but someone that plays most every night where you're going, this player is a part of the 24-25 Sacramento Kings, as opposed to, well, in 2 years, like I think they need more people that contribute right now.
I agree with you. Look, nobody's getting old on the team, at least core-wise, but
they're not getting younger either.
They're not getting younger.
Yeah, the window's still open.
Yes, and everyone's talking about the rise of Oklahoma City and Minnesota.
Sure.
And now you're going to have Memphis back in there likely next year. Houston, on and on. San Antonio. The West just gets better and better and better as the Lakers and Suns and Warriors kind of fall out. You're seeing this rise, and the Kings are weirdly, I think, considered in the middle. You've got, again, Minnesota, Oklahoma City. You've got these upper echelon young teams that are the future, and then you have these guys beneath Sacramento that seem to be coming up, and I don't think they want anybody else to pass them like Oklahoma City and Minnesota kind of had. So you do, which is, again, and I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record, which is why I like, we're still going to do our NBA draft previews. We're still.
You think the better path though is to move it?
100. I would
move it for a proven thing that gets in that rotation.
Move it for a starter. Honestly,
okay.
I think you move it for a starter. Look, you got to fill the 2, and I say 3 or 4, depending on it. Look, I think if there's Keegan's at the 3, but I could see him playing a little 4. And if there's a stud 3 out there that could work with them, I could see sliding him down or whatever. But odds are it's a 2 or a 4, and that highly depends on Malik Monk.
Yeah, and in general principle, moving it for a starter, do you think the 13th pick without a name attached to it, along with probably at least a current player, is enough to get a starter?
I think
whether that's Barnes, Herter, Mitchell.
I think that's what it would be. It would be Herter, it would be Barnes, it would be Mitchell, it would be a combo of them. I mean, Keon Ellis might get some. I know Kings fans hate that, but again, other GMs get paid.
Do they have other expirings next year? Like, that's the other beauty of.
You talking about the Kings?
Yeah, because sometimes that's the other chip is someone that's expiring, in the final year next year. I know this year they didn't really have expirings besides Malik. Yeah. They have some others, but.
When you look at Sacramento, I mean, most of their money is tied up for a while. As we know, Malik Monk is expiring. Keegan Murray will be on a team option, whatever. Trey Lyles is an expiring next year. Sasha is on a team option. Davion, Chris Duarte are both qualifying offers.
So I think all those are potential candidates to be lumped in where team might also, like Washington might go, hey, look, I'll take on some salary, but I also don't want any long-term salary.
Also, by the way, Keon Ellis makes 2.1 next year and is on a team option for 2.3 the following year. That doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Because again, as we talked about it, we're dealing with the summer of distressed assets, and you're going to have a lot of those. It's not the value isn't just going to be the number 13 pick. The value is also going to be perhaps taking on an extended contract, taking on, when you look at a guy like Harrison Barnes, for example. Hey, look, Harrison Barnes has 2 more years left at 18 and 19.
It's not awful.
It's not awful, especially, and again, that's why like Washington makes so much sense as we kind of talked it through. We don't want to overvalue Harrison Barnes, but Harrison Barnes's leadership and culture building is much more needed on a team like the Wizards now than it is on the Kings, who have kind of gotten there.
Yeah, and that's a different leader than, for lack of a better term, Kuzma and Jordan.
Yes, much different.
Right now, those two guys have been on winning teams, but I mean, Barnes, year in and year out, has always been the grown-up on the team.
Instantly
no matter
comes
what
in
team he's been on.
As the guy everybody listens to in the locker room. I look at that Wizards roster. He walks right in, especially if you get about half that roster turned over, which it sounds like it's going to be, and you're looking at teams. You're looking at players on that roster. Let's just assume if they're doing a full rebuild, whether it's Kuzma or Avdia that's gone, I don't think they can move Jordan Poole. They probably want to move Marvin Bagley, but they can't. He'd reunite, perhaps. It's a player option. I expect he'll opt in with Rashawn Holmes. And then you've got Johnny Davis, Corey Kispert, Patrick Baldwin, Jared Butler. I mean, that roster sucks. I mean, it's horrible. So the Wizards have to be aggressive. So, yes, I do believe the Kings number 13 packaged with either Hurt or Barnes and God knows what other piece or piece. And oh, by the way, and or if it, depending on the player and or a future first, which they can do. I mean, they could throw this year's 13 and they could throw a 20, 28, 29 first out there and be just fine, depending on who that is. I really do not expect them. I do not expect them to use that number 13 pick. And they might surprise me. I don't know it for a fact. It just with their timeline, the way it lines up. And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I already do. With all the smoke signals Monty sent us from day one about putting himself in a position and putting the team in a position where when distressed assets, and he played the same playbook in Houston with Daryl Morey, this is that time.
Yeah, and it may line up with who we're going to be talking about next.
Coming up next, here's a guy that I would also very much like to see a Sacramento King in the soda. He fits right in as one of those distressed assets. We'll talk about it next.
Know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
I'm not going to blow this person up because, hey, whatever. Everyone's got whatever. I'm always very sensitive about this, but it's just, we got to be realistic, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you suggesting?
I got this on Twitter. You know, I had said after our segment before last, the more I think about it, the more I love the idea of grabbing Denny Avdia rather than Kuzma from the Wizards, if possible. Start with Barnes and the pick, see if they want anything else, rather minor. And this person responded and said, I would rather keep Barnes and see who's blowing it up. Boston, if they lose, will get rid of Jaylen Brown. Barnes and some picks gets us JB. And while I'm not as high on him as I used to be, he's still a massive upgrade defensively. Every part of that tweet is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. I'm just saying demonstrably every part of that tweet is wrong. Number one.
You don't think Barnes could get Jaylen Brown?
Okay, so let's just start. Let's just for the fun of it. Let's just start there. Jaylen Brown just signed at the time the biggest extension in the league. He will make $50 million next year, $53 the year after that, $57 the year after that, $61
I don't even know, honestly. Do Barnes and Fox get it? It's close.
It's close.
Yeah, I think actually that would.
I think that's what it would take. You can't get. I honestly, I mean, you know what the real question is here? It would have to be Barnes, Herder. That's 34. Lyles, 42. Vezenkov gets you to 48. Davion Mitchell gets you to 54. I think that's the only way you can possibly do it without Fox and
Boston
Sabonis.
still doesn't do
and
that.
Boston's like, LOL.
Yeah.
Okay. So, number one, you pretty much can't mathematically get Jaylen Brown, again, unless you're trading Fox or Sabonis.
Or both.
Number two, so Barnes and some picks does not get you JB.
Right.
Secondly, Boston's not trading almost certainly, I should say never, not trading Jaylen Brown.
Right.
Thirdly, I'm not entirely convinced Jaylen Brown is a defensive upgrade over Harrison Barnes.
Really?
Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he 100%.
Let me be clear.
Yeah.
Like, he's better defensively.
Yes.
But they also play completely separate defensive roles.
But,
and what I mean, and what I mean by that is, I better back up, so I don't sound like a total moron. I think the Kings have better backcourt defense set up right now with Mitchell and with Ellis's minutes by far than they do in the front court.
I see.
So they need Barnes, who is a average. 100 billion%.
Yeah.
They need Barnes's average defense in the front court more than they need Jaylen Brown's very good defense in the backcourt. So I feel like, I wouldn't say it evens out, but it's a lot closer than people think the way the rotations would shake out. No,
so you do think that Barnes is a better defender than Brown?
No. I say, as soon as that came out of my mouth, I was like, I need to back that up and explain my context here. But yes, and it's a taco. But we just got to be realistic. So let's look at Brandon Ingram.
Now, this one could be, in a sense, because there are reports that the Pelicans are willing and probably are going down a road where they're going to move him.
1 trillion %. And I just honestly want to first look at his salary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you live in New Orleans, which, again, surprisingly enough, is top 10. Okay. Brandon Ingram, expiring contract, $36 million next year.
I would take that as a negative, to be honest.
That it's expiring, or that he's making 36?
Negative. I mean, sorry, that he's that it's expiring.
Okay.
The risk of that.
Yes.
And maybe that's a helpful way to get him, but I also think that's a bit risky in a sense of, no certainty that he's re-signed after that. That would be, sorry, I didn't.
That's the thing, is that you obviously, and I say obvious, I mean, I don't know how.
I also think that's your swing.
Right.
I mean, you're getting an all-star who's still in his 20s, who scored 20 a game for the last 5 years. A little question mark about his durability, but shoots over 80% from the line, scores at every level. I mean, does a ton of positive things.
Yes, he does.
But I feel like you're then saying, and I'm assuming you're trying to do this, if you acquire him without losing Keegan, then you're kind of going, yeah, we are championship caliber with Fox, Sabonis, Keegan, and Ingram. And you might be, but that's kind of your swing.
I love Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
I love Brandon Ingram's game. He's just so damn smooth offensively.
Is there a negative in there that I'm feeling or no?
There is. I would say there's a couple things that I worry about. We'll start with number. And by the way, beyond the fact that he's an expiring and that you're giving up whatever you're giving up, which would be sizable.
Sure.
I think if you're not offering Keegan, Fox, or Sabonis in an Ingram trade,
it doesn't happen.
No, I think it could, but I think you're looking at a minimum of 2 and probably 3 first-round draft picks on top of whatever the salary match is.
Mm-hmm.
The problem I have with Brandon Ingram deals with numbers here. 64, 45, 55, 61. He just doesn't play healthy. The most games he's played in his career was this year, 64.
Yeah.
He 79 is
Since his rookie season, yeah.
59, 52, 62, 61, 55, 45, 64. You're dealing with a guy who's going to shoot about 50% from the field, which is pretty darn good for him. He's a midi type of dude, but he will knock down a 3 or 2 per game. Overall, 21 points, a little under 6 assists, 5 rebounds. He's a guy that'll get you 20, 25 a game. He's a wonderful second offensive option.
Yeah, and I think he's been in kind of the different situations where he was a growing player to probably the best player on the Pelicans to not a complimentary player. That's not the right term, but when you've got Zion and CJ and others, it's like, hey, he's a very important piece, but maybe every night he's not the most important piece. That's kind of what he would be here. There'd be certain nights if they had Ingram where he'd be their best scorer. And then other nights it's like, no, it's Fox's night. It was Keegan's. It was Sabonis, whatever. I think the fit would be good. It just, if the Kings are truly interested, and I don't know if they are, what would it take to get him?
I would end my portion of the Ingram conversation this way, though. I think when you look at the fact that he's expiring, I think when you look at the fact that, although he's just 26, the fact that he's just 26 and he can't get on the floor he misses 20 to 25 games a year. But really what bothers me is this. You're going to almost certainly, if you're holding on to Keegan, Sabonis, and Fox, you're almost certainly going to empty or at least largely empty your draft assets. I don't have a real problem with that. You're going to throw in a Barnes, a Lyles, Herter, that same group. But I've said from the beginning, the ultimate test for me is going to be if you're making a swing like that. You mentioned it earlier. Is this a championship caliber team? I don't think it is. I don't think it is with Ingram. I think you're going to get better offensively. Mm-hmm. You do not get better defensively. And you're dealing with a guy that you're giving up a lot for A, chance that he stays. B, here's the other thing. Let's say best case scenario. He plays 70 games next year. He's putting up, 20, 24 points. He's in a great system. Just about everything works out. He's going to want a max deal. And now you're maxing Sabonis, Fox, and Brandon Ingram, and that's your team. And I'm not saying that's the Suns, but I'm saying that feels to me like a team that is a Western Conference Finals ceiling, which, my God, that's awesome for a team that never makes the playoffs. But does that fit the Aaron Gordon mold? Does that fit the mold of Aaron Gordon type guy that can come in and be your defensive centerpiece? I don't think he does. But let me tell you this: if they did trade for Brandon Ingram, I wouldn't be like, oh my God.
Yeah, there are a lot of positives if they are interested. The negatives, though, are noticeable enough. Like the games played, the contract.
Yeah.
And then back to that fit part. Like if that's your swing, it's a good one. Mm-hmm. Is that the best swing they could take?
Well, here's one. Do you guys think the better swing is for the Kings to take a better player than Fox or Sabonis?
Meaning someone that's better than either of those two? Sure. It's just how.
I would like to draft a better player than Fox and Sabonis. To take.
I feel like they're meaning trade.
Oh, so. For a trade? Well, yeah, but who and how?
Yeah.
That's
without, would that, okay, I don't even need to put the player out there, but let's say there is a player out there, but it costs you one of those two. Are you doing it? If we would all agree, whatever that player is, and I'll just throw Giannis out there just because. Again, terrible example because I don't think that happens. But if that costs you one or Fox or somebody, I'd be intrigued.
Yeah, if we're getting a better player.
I just don't think that's in the conversation.
Right, exactly. We'll take a break. When we come back to the NFL, we talked about Jared Goff earlier. He is getting paid. We talked about the similarities between he and Matt Stafford earlier, why this could very well be, surprisingly, a smart move by Detroit. And I'm not saying that anymore because it's Detroit, but because that's a lot of money for Jared Goff. Jason dove into the numbers a little bit more as we go back to that Stafford trade. Let's see how you rebuild a franchise next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And Logan Ryan picks him up. Looks like they're playing man. Laporta's over there as well. It's 5 out. It's empty on 4th down. Goff back. Not going to get out to his right. Being chased. Throws, and it is incomplete. The 49ers take over on 4th down again.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable, It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
Hagen Oaks Demo Days is in the home stretch, and this is your last chance to register for an individual fitting appointment with the manufacturer's fitting staff from Ping, TaylorMade, Mizuno, Callaway, Cleveland, Strixon, and Zexio. You've waited many long months for the new golf season, and Hagen Oaks has your new golf gear right now. Book your individual Hagen Oaks Demo Days fitting appointment. Call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for your personal fitting. Hagen Oaks, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway or HagenOaks.com.
Sponsored by Xfinity. Enjoy the entertainment you love with the Xfinity Stream app. Turn any screen into a TV and take the entertainment you love wherever you go. Xfinity, we connect you to more of what you love. Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Hi everyone, it's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sacktown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting sacktownsports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater. The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
You've seen the specials on Amazon, Netflix, Showtime, and more. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
Babe, can I go with Steve and have a drink at the casino? And then she started to speak wife. She looked at him right in the face and she goes, you can do whatever you want. And his dumb goes, told you. I go, oh, no, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Steve Trevino. Saturday, June 1st, the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets on sale now at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
Stop, Dave. We are not the Nuggets. Stop with the Aaron Gordon reference. It's dumb. We didn't just draft the best player in the world in the second round. They won the Powerball jackpot. It's not a blueprint. Well, look at the teams. I've gone through it many, many times before. If you don't think Monty's following that as a blueprint, I can't help you. I can't. You may not agree with it, but I can tell you, you plug in the excellent passing and rebounding center, the clutch star power point guard, the three-point shooter at the three. If you don't see similarities between Fox, Keegan Murray, and Sabonis, and Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Nikola Jokic, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Line those three up next to each other. That doesn't mean Sabonis is Jokic, but Sabonis is the closest thing to Jokic in the NBA. Find me a guy, including Joel Embiid. He's the closest to Nikola Jokic right now. Alperen Şengün's like, hey, how are you doing? Maybe in a year or two. Right now, Sabonis is the closest to Jokic. They're almost dead even on assists. He's got him in rebounds. They're very similar everywhere else. And obviously, Jokic's big strength over him is about 10 points per game, which is incredibly significant. I fully admit that. Keegan Murray and Michael Porter Jr., there's a comp right there. Look at those numbers and look at those ages. And then Fox and Murray. And I actually think I would edge Fox over Jamal Murray, especially regular season. We haven't seen him enough in the playoffs, but in the playoffs, he's been fantastic, or at least was last year. What does that mean? That means you're still waiting on a defensive wing. And I believe, again, I don't have to be right here.
Yeah.
But I believe that is number one on the wish list for Monty McNair and friends.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think we talk about every team that has options. The Kings have options, and I think I'm sure one plan of attack, they've probably done this somewhere on their board, Dave, is that, okay, could one plan of action be take the 13th pick, obviously of the best player they think available there, get into that free agent market, which there is some free agency available this year. They don't have a ton of money, but they could be players and someone like, just going to name a couple of people that are rumored out there, not even rumored for the Kings, but are free agents. But take this path. So they try to keep Monk.
Sure. Take
that 13th pick, go after someone like Najee Marshall and Hartenstein.
Sure.
And that's their offseason.
Okay.
I'm sure that's a plan.
Yeah.
That may not be that sexy. That may be really good.
Right.
That may be perfect.
Yes.
How do you know?
You don't.
Now, we just talked about Brandon Ingram. That sounds sexier.
It does.
Is that the right move? I don't know. Avdia, Kuzma. Sounds a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Right move? I don't know. I mean, there's not, hey, just do this and you got it. It's not that simple. And even everybody that's left, like you're using a comp of Denver, which I don't think is wrong. But if OKC gets through, well, the Kings can't really do that path.
No.
If Minnesota gets through, Minnesota's an interesting grab bag because I don't totally consider them a young team. I think they're new at this. Edwards is very young.
Yes, I agree with you.
Conley's 100.
Yes.
Gobert's been around a long time.
Yes.
And I think they may actually move on from Towns.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, they're closer to the Kings in a sense. Like their best player is younger than any King, really, in Edwards. So they've got a long runway here, but I think over Edwards' career they're going to have different looks with him.
Yes.
Because of age and different things. So there's their path. The Knicks did it differently. Boston's going to keep this going. Like everybody's kind of has to do it to the best of what they've got. And to me, I think the best plan right now is to try your best to go forward with Sabonis, Fox, and Murray, unless there's some other deal out there that one of those guys gets you someone where we all go, that's better. So if you're trying to build around those three, it's either swing for a fourth player while trying to keep Monk or losing Monk, and then or work around the edges and hope you land that puzzle perfectly.
And as much as we believe that Fox and Sabonis are untouchable, and I believe Fox and Sabonis
pretty
are
close,
Monty McNair has also shown that he doesn't care.
Right.
And if the deal is out there, we don't know what the hell that deal is, but like you said earlier, just being silly, but, Milwaukee says, Giannis just not working. Of course you're making the trade.
Right. But I don't think that's out there.
No, of course not. To your point about Minnesota, Kyle Anderson, 30, Mike Conley, 36, Edwards, 22, Gobert, 31, Karl Anthony Towns, 28. That's not an incredibly old team, but it ain't a young team,
right?
With the exception of Edwards.
Right.
And Nickeil Alexander-Walker, by the way, I really like his career. I like his game. He's 25.
Like, that's a fit where I went, I mean, he's bounced around like, but right there, he looks great.
Great rotational piece.
Yeah.
Jared Goff got paid.
Sure did.
4-year, $212 million contract extension.
He's a classic case, too, by the way, of the player that probably we build up too fast, then completely tear down. It's like, oh, he's trash. And then now you kind of look at it and go, well, wait a minute. The last couple of years, he's been number 2 in passing, found a new home, revitalized his career. Now you kind of find yourself rooting for him again. Like, I don't know why he got dumped on, but he did. And now here he is bouncing back and kind of showing that talent.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing of, it's a good example of working hard, keeping your head down. By the way, I don't remember ever hearing him complain about being, and what a cool story too, that he gets and that's where I was saying, obviously you look at Stafford, he got the ring, blah, blah, blah. But how about the guy that goes from that situation and has to watch the new guy who's basically the same as him?
Yeah, he took the Rams to a Super Bowl and lost, leaves, and you get out of LA to Detroit, where it's like, we'll never hear from you again.
Football hell.
Yeah. And then you see the guy who they just got the first year wins a Super Bowl at home.
Yep.
And
with your guys, your team, as you were dumped.
Maybe it was me.
And exactly. And instead of going, ooh, Eeyore, he goes, oh, hey, here's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hey, here's this guy. Here's Sewell.
We're the fun story now.
And now all of a sudden the Detroit Lions, it's almost like it's more rewarding. And I get it.
Probably.
The ring is the ring, and that trumps. But
he still can get one.
Oh, he absolutely can. So 4 years, 212, 170 guaranteed. Jared Goff has generational wealth. He's $2 million a year behind Joe Burrow in average annual value as the two highest paid players in the league as of right this second.
Yeah. Until the next one.
Second in yards, second in touchdown interception ratio, third in touchdowns over the last 2 years. Those are pretty good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the comparison earlier between him and Matt Stafford. It's scarily to the decimal point similar almost across the board. Jason, you did a deep dive, though, on this trade, and I love it when people do this because it really gives you the whole picture.
Yeah, so the beginning, it was, it's Stafford for Goff. That's the names. But remember, the Lions got a bunch other things, and now all of them have finally materialized from that deal.
Yes.
Lions obviously got Goff.
Yes.
They got a 2021 third-round pick, which was the cornerback, Melon Fonwu.
Right, who is a strong safety and kind of in that rotation, backing up Brian Branch last year.
All right, and then the 2022 first-round pick, which turned out to be wide receiver Jamison Williams.
Still with them, number 2 receiver behind Amon-Ra St. Brown.
2022 second-round pick and defensive lineman Josh Paschal.
Let me see. Do I see him? And no, he is not playing with them currently.
Okay, 2023 first-round pick. We know this name, running back Jahmyr Gibbs.
Who was fantastic and is now making up the backfield with David Montgomery. And many, including myself, thought that Montgomery acquisition was unnecessary. And that should be Jahmyr Gibbs' job.
And Gibbs, though, had a good year. Good rookie year as it went along. 2023 second-round pick, tight end Sam Laporta.
Was a revelation last year.
And then 2023 third-round pick, defensive tackle Broderick Martin. So all that along, you could even argue the quarterback swap, which at the time people were like, Stafford's better. Yep. And Stafford's going to have a Hall of Fame career. But now here comes Goff, the same numbers as you documented. So they got Goff and all that other pieces, and they still feel like they're on the rise where the Rams are trying to figure out where they're going.
Nobody's trading the Lions for the Rams at this point. Right. They got Dan Campbell, who's fantastic. Let's not forget, by the way, not part of that deal, but Aiden Hutchinson is going to be their defensive captain centerpiece for the next God knows. He is such an amazing young player. The Lions are in a good spot, and good for them. And they're rewarding their guys, and they're setting themselves up for a nice run. And as the 49ers window, I would imagine, is going to close, next year, 2, 3, 4, that Lions window is wide open, man. It is wide open. We'll take a break. Who's hot, who's not. We'll go streaking, and then we'll get into some NBA playoff recaps. Also, the Lakers are interviewing, and the Lakers. You got to love them. We'll take a break. We'll come back with all that next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Ally's tax relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
All right, let's do it. Who's hot, Chris Verlaud?
Oklahoma City Thunder?
The Thunder? So much thunder? Lightning and the Thunder?
They beat the Dallas Mavericks 196 yesterday and were an impressive 23 of 24 from the free throw line for a 95.8% free throw percentage.
Nice. Much better than Dallas was. Right? Am I right?
You trying to do a spoiler alert?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying they were probably better than them.
Probably.
That's what made them hot.
They are hot.
Mm-hmm.
Love the Thunder. I really do.
Yeah.
I wish we were the Thunder sometimes. Thunder, my favorite non-Kings team. I have to say that. But it's really about...
Your favorite?
Yeah.
Your favorite 2024 team.
Well, they just took over earlier this year. I think at the start of the year, I was a Pelicans guy when it comes to a non-Kings
now
team.
You hate the Pelicans.
I hate the Pelicans now. But the Thunder, that's how you build a team, man. That's how it's done. Sam Presti is who Sam Hinkie thought he was. They just, and in that market, they just have, I would make an argument that the Thunder and Sam Presti from the final year in Seattle till now are dollar for dollar the most impressive front office in the NBA. Now, the pushback on that will be, well, hello, San Antonio. And I would say, well, San Antonio's gotten 3 generational number 1 picks. Awesome. Well, what about the Lakers? Well, people flock to the Lakers, and they have the ability or the benefit of their market. Danny Ainge in Boston would probably be my second. But Sam Presti has managed to take a team that is basically an average of like 23, 24 years old. They're way ahead of their window. He has built them from scratch. I mean, from scratch. Had to roll over Harden, Westbrook, Durant, and Paul George.
Those sounds like generational players
that they drafted. That's what I'm saying. But because it's Oklahoma City.
But you said you can't use that for San Antonio. You said you can't do that for San Antonio.
I'm saying they got 3 generational number 1 picks.
Oh, you're going with Chess and number 1.
Well, I'm saying it makes a little bit of difference.
I got
Kevin Durant's number 2.
Right.
Westbrook, I want to say was 8, 9.
I think he was.
7?
I think they had 2, 3, 4. Harden. And,
was it? Okay.
In a different.
And then Harden was right before Tyreek, right? And by the way,
no, I got you.
But point well taken on your part as well. Serge Ibaka back then as well when they had that team. But then because it's Oklahoma City now, if they're in LA. All those guys are probably staying there and on max deals and bloody blue, but it's Oklahoma City. Presti has to turn everybody over again. They go through some years of crap. They have the kind of crummy years, and all he's been doing is, okay, I'll take your picture. And now they're sitting here with the number 1 seed in the NBA. They are 10 wins away from a world championship. They're 2 wins away from the Western Conference Finals. They're all basically 25 or under, and they have more ammo than any other team in the NBA. It's not really even close.
I'm really curious about his next move because that's the critical one. I personally don't think this group will win a championship. That's me.
You might be right.
And I'm saying that this year.
Sure. I agree with you.
And as timelines go, they all they've got to stagger it. So it's who are they breaking up? But that's exciting though. If I was a Thunder fan going, hey, I don't really want to trade Giddey or Dort, but I can move Dort and 3 number 1s, and all of a sudden, boom, here's Paolo Banchero, out of nowhere, or whatever player. Donovan Mitchell's coming here. Durant's coming back. They can do any of those things.
Any of them.
Yeah.
And I think you make a fair point here too. I don't know if you were trying to make this point or not, but it is a fair point. There's some GMs that are your Doug Collins, and there's some GMs that are your Phil Jacksons. They're the GMs that are really, really good at building.
Yeah.
But it's that I got to the base of the summit.
Yeah.
How do I get over? Which is sometimes arguably as hard or harder than building to that base.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the time for this article or deep dive into Presti. But if they get through whatever this window is of this group, which is, I have no idea when this would end. It seems like it's years away. But the amount of legacy players they've had without a championship is interesting.
Talking about the Thunder?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
I don't think anybody, some of them in fair, Sabonis might be a Hall of Famer. Now they didn't have him very long, but he was Paul George wasn't there very long. Chris Paul, but to have in that market, the Kings have probably had of those types of names, Vince Carter was here.
Right.
But he was here at the very end of his career. But you could still lump him in.
Sam Presti drafted DeMontis Sabonis.
Right. Has had Sabonis, has had you just mentioned.
I believe
Harden,
he drafted Durant. Wasn't he there for Durant?
I'm not sure.
I always
Durant,
get confused
Westbrook,
about that.
Harden, but to have Chris Paul, like I said, Paul George, Sabonis,
and then
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander now
to flip Paul George into what oh my God. Yeah. And then you got Holmgren now I see Holmgren sitting there hitting at the end of last night's game, hitting these clutch free throws, which he's been doing, hitting clutch threes as a center that big. It's ridiculous. If it wasn't for Victor Wembanyama, we'd all be talking about Chet Holmgren. And that's the number 1 seed that got Chet Holmgren.
Technically Al Horford. No, he didn't really play.
Sam Presti did draft Kevin Durant.
I mean, honestly, that's just a stupid draft record.
You know where he got to start?
Where Sam Presti got to start?
San Antonio.
Wow.
Yeah, he's under RC
Buford. And again, that's, go back to the old mantra. if Matt Ishbia was basketball smart, which he's not, the Phoenix Suns owner, first thing he would have done is he would have gone to Clay
Aiken.
No, the Thunder owner, Clay
Thompson.
Bennett. Clay Bennett. He would have gone to Clay
Aiken.
Bennett, and
Clay Aiken would have sang
what
him
a
a song.
weird. Who's the Yankees closer?
Holmes.
Clay Holmes. He could have gone there. He went Clay Aiken.
Yes, good pull.
Claykin. First thing Ishbia should have done is gone straight to Clay Bennett. How much?
Yeah.
How much is it going to take? How much is it going to? What do you need for Sam Presti? Wait, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million? What do you want for Sam Presti? And see what he said. That's a guy who's not. Sorry.
Oh, back to that.
Yeah, back to that.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh.
They were only one shy of the Thunder's free throw shots attempted with 23, but they were only 12 of 23 for a dreadful 52.2% from the line.
Hey, Dave. Marvin Bagley would have made those 2 free throws. I don't know that for sure, but one last little tweak.
Pompeo, our guy, says, I guess Dave really isn't a true Kings fan. True Kings fans don't fan for other NBA teams. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
you should know the rules of all these things.
False Kings fan.
Are you jinxing the Kings by rooting for the Thunder?
Absolutely. Just a false Kings fan. I don't know.
Take that hat under the patch.
Under the patch.
Thunder.
You only save the Kings so you could keep on saying the Thunder.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And we went to Oklahoma City on the RV trip, and I was there. I was like, I truly love you. 12 years ago, before the Thunder were any of this.
Hot house, everything.
Oh,
family there.
Love my house in Oklahoma. It's amazing. We live in the outskirts.
Yeah.
In Balkipsky.
Isn't everything the outskirts in Oklahoma City?
Did I read right? Isn't Oklahoma City right behind Jacksonville as far as biggest cities in the United States when it comes to like area?
Really?
Jacksonville's number 1. It's the
Did not
biggest
know
city.
that.
It's the biggest city in the U.S. Yeah. Did you also know that both Disneylands are in Orange County?
I did.
I did know that.
Did you know that Disney World is actually bigger square footage wise than the city of San Francisco?
I think
Makes
I heard
sense.
Okay. All right. Let's go streaking.
Okay.
It's time to go
I'm
streaking.
so Cliff Clavin, dude. It's so sad.
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letch, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPfest.com. That's CITPfest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Gurnick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
a really interesting defender. It's not something you associate with him, but next time anyone has any free time, you're bored, you got a couple minutes, just go on YouTube and put in Denny Avdia defense or Google it. It's actually some very interesting narratives being crafted with a lot of backup video that Denny's kind of a victim of his surroundings. And when you look at his defensive clips, they're actually really a lot better than you'd think. Yeah, I think we got to call Monty.
Yeah.
See if Washington is open to making the move. Be great.
Want to cut out the middleman and just call Washington and set up the trade?
I don't even know who is the GM over there. Do we know that person? Wizards GM. Will Dawkins. Don't know. Began his career. Began his executive career with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Was there for 3 years under Sam Presti.
You can see the blueprint they want.
More picks.
Yeah.
Denny Avdia, 22 years old. Too old.
Yeah.
Too old for that. All right. Boston goes up 3-1. They are undefeated on the road in this postseason. The game was in Cleveland. Hey, look who was there. LeBron James. What does it mean?
Right.
What does it mean? Yes, Chris doing with Brian Windhorst. He's right. What does it mean?
I love how that's how the day started, or when he was there. What does it mean? This means something. This means nothing. Oh, everything LeBron does is calculated. This is for a reason. It's like, okay, well, that's basically every part of the spectrum. Meant nothing, meant something, means everything. Okay. Last time he did that, he was there on Zydrunas Ilgauskas, honoring him night in the playoffs or whatever, and then LeBron left Miami and went back to Cleveland. It's like, okay, that's the last time. All right. Does it mean anything? Does it mean nothing?
I think it means I think it means he's coming to Sacramento.
No one sees it coming.
Donovan Mitchell did not play. Jarrett Allen did not play. You're not going to win over the Celtics without Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen.
Right. And they did their part. They battled. They had other guys play well, but it just wasn't enough. And now here's Boston, kind of where we thought they would get to, even without Porzingis, 1 win away from another conference finals trip, which would be 3 in a row in 6 of the last 8 years.
I want to do something. I want to do the boring thing. See if we can't turn it into unboring for a minute or two.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are 48-34.
Yeah.
They had a 7-game series with the Magic, who are the 5 seed at 47-35. That's a team that's on the rise, they say. So the Cavs are in the second round, and the Cavs are, 7. They're 11 games away from a championship. 11 wins.
Okay.
Away from a title. When you look at the Cavs, though, in a perfect world, their backcourt is Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. That's a great backcourt.
Mm-hmm.
Max Strus, who is incredibly underrated as a shooter, especially Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. You've got a bench of guys like Karis LeVert, Dean Wade, Isaac Okoro, Gorgie Jang.
Drop off there, I would say.
Yeah, a little bit. Now, let's just assume Boston wins this series, which I think is fairly safe. What do you do with the Cavs? Do you
get LeBron?
I
mean, if LeBron is in that Strus role and Strus goes to the bench, automatically there's a chance.
I mean, dude, honestly, if Cleveland drafted
Bronny,
he's going there. That's a team I could see him going to.
Then finish his career there.
Finish his career where it started. Well, that would be Sacramento. But yes. When you look at Cleveland, when it comes to money, they are like New Orleans surprises me being number 9. Cleveland's number 10 in salary.
Good at business.
Garland is locked up for another 4 years after this at 36, 39, 42, and 44.
Yeah.
Mitchell is locked up next year, and then it is a player option for 37. I'm pretty sure he'll opt out of that. Jarrett Allen's got 2 more years. Karis LeVert's expiring next year. Strus has 3. Okoro would be due a qualifying offer. I imagine he would take that, or he would be given that. Sorry, Mobley 1 more year and then a qualifier. Jang 2 more years. Wade 2 more years. And then weirdly enough, Ricky Rubio is on there for next year as well. So You got a lot of salary kind of locked up in there, but those are movable. And if you're Cleveland, do you say, look, we made the second round and faced the best team in the NBA, and we took them to 5-6 games, whatever it may be. And Donovan Mitchell was banged up. Jarrett Allen was banged up. There's no reason for us not. If your core is Garland, Mitchell, Allen, and Evan Mobley, Jason, that's a pretty good core to have.
It is. And at one point, they were the 2 seed. They kind of fell apart a little bit at the latter part of the season. But, yeah, I think they kind of have to run the majority of that back and then find the improvements on the edges. I think that's their only option.
It's also Jared Allen being 26 years old, being kind of the, he and Donovan Mitchell are the old heads. There's a large window.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really interesting place to be a GM right now, because you're just kind of, I don't consider them a title contender, but I think if everything goes right for Cleveland next year, health wise, that's an Eastern Conference Finals contender. I think. I like your Bronny and LeBron James idea. I really like that. That actually makes a lot of sense.
I didn't think about the Bronny part. I just thought about LeBron.
I mean, that's how you get him.
And I don't know this part about LeBron's life in, when you're that wealthy. I'm assuming he kept a place or places in Akron, in Ohio. Certainly has his place in Los Angeles. Maybe he has one still in Miami or other places. But, where does he think he's going to live when he's done?
LA, I would think.
Vegas.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He's
Vegas.
an owner there, or, will he have multiple places? Is he always going to feel like Ohio is home? I don't know.
The Cavs have the 20th pick in the draft. They do not appear to have a second rounder, although they could. I think with Bronny James, you see his measurements yesterday. It was like 6'1".
Yeah.
I think what they said is that his measurement comps are very similar to Davion Mitchell's. Somebody wrote an article I read saying that one of the attractions to Bronny, other than LeBron James, is that he will be a big boost to their G League team, that he'll pack G League arenas and media attention and all that. And the pushback on that is he didn't pack arenas for USC. There was a lot of media attention, and I'm sure there was an attendance uptick, but there had to be. But he wasn't packing arenas. I mean, you're talking about a guy who was a fringe player on USC. He's incredibly young. But you also aren't looking at a guy like Bronny James. I mean, let's just have the real conversation for a second. The whole thing, I love everything about the kid. I want him to succeed. I hate the pressure he's under. But there's nothing. It's not like we're dealing with a guy who's 6'8", 230 and built like his dad.
Right.
Talking about a shorter, smaller version of him.
Yeah, he didn't get the genetic lottery that his dad did.
No, and I'm trying to think, do we have a history of the children of players outdoing their parents? Steph Curry's obviously a great example. I think Mike Dunleavy, that's pretty close. I mean, we go on and on. Do we have a history of it being, do we have a history where he's not outdoing LeBron James? Of course.
Right. Oh, you mean where the dad's better? His other players like that?
Yeah.
Bill Walton.
Yeah. Nope. You're right. Bill Walton's actually, Luke Walton had a
career,
pretty good career. Decent.
No,
not Bill's.
Yeah.
I think Bronny James at best would be let me put it this way. If it was Bronny Ross,
right,
or Bronny Verlaud,
we're not talking about him.
We're not talking about him at all, and he's not getting drafted this year. He's not. But you got to think the biggest attractive upside to Bronny James is, does LeBron James come with him?
Yeah. But Bronny Verlaud would have the best triple threat pump fake.
Oh, my God.
Bronny unstoppable.
Be insane.
Yeah.
Bronny Verlaud would be a professional wrestler.
That's true.
Let's just be honest.
Part-time basketball.
BRAWNY.
The Celtics are a win away from reaching the conference finals for the third straight season, 6th time in 8 seasons. That's a hell of a run for them, but they got to put a ring on it.
They do.
They got to put a ring on.
But even again, we talked about if they lose, it's probably going to be a casualty for Missoula. But if that's like, I wouldn't change a thing if I'm Boston. Maybe the coach. That's it. If they get eliminated somehow, some way earlier than anybody think that team's good. They're a championship team. It's just they got to win it.
Austin Rivers from the text line. Thank you. There's a decent example, a dad and the son. By the way, when talking about sons that outdo their parents, I guess the Sabonis guy. But that's also actually an interesting.
That's a debate.
That
right?
is a debate. It is a debate. Not by the numbers,
right?
But when we consider Arvydas Sabonis was 74 years old with broken legs when he came to Portland, Arvydas Sabonis was special.
Yeah,
he was absolutely special. The Thunder rallied. They outscored the Mavs by 15 in the second half. They even up the series in Dallas. I think the coolest thing about that win, and what I really picked up on, Jason, was it was the poise Oklahoma City had. That really did surprise me.
Yeah, that was impressive, kind of beyond their years, because that could have been a third straight loss, 3-1, and I think that would have been over. But they saved their season. They can win the series now. Both
Western Conference series now are tied 2-2. Denver, Minnesota will resume tonight. We'll get into that and what to watch here in a bit. If I've got it, gun to head.
Yeah, picking now. Who's good in the Western Conference Finals?
I'm tempted to say I think Denver will beat Minnesota.
I would go Denver, Dallas.
And I'm tempted to say Denver, Dallas. I'm going to go Denver, OKC.
Okay, I can see it.
Denver, Dallas would be the experience, though. That would be the experienced teams.
And Dallas's loss last night, as you brought up earlier, look, they could have won and maybe should have won the game. They'll look at free throws, and their two best players didn't play that great, and they could have won the game. Yeah. So to expect Luka and Kyrie to play well in games 5, 6, and or 7, I believe they will.
I agree with you.
I'm going to trust that.
Yeah.
It's not a slide on OKC. I'm just going to trust the more of the known commodity.
When regardless, and we talked about this earlier, we got a break here in a second. No matter what happens in these next 2-3 games in this series, if I'm an Oklahoma City fan, of course you're going to be disappointed, but I am absolutely over the moon with this season.
I am with this season. To me, it's not the exact same, but this is the Kings season last year.
Yeah,
and the next Kings season is this year.
Right.
So when they have a game where they go, how do you lose that game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to be as fun next year. Now they may end up being a championship team next year.
Yeah,
still this year.
But you're right.
This year's the best year.
And imagine had the Kings been able to knock off who did Oklahoma City beat in the first round? Why am I blanking? They beat in the first round. Chris, who did they beat in the first round?
They swept the
Suns? No.
Come on. It's your two teams against each other.
The Pelicans. Thank you. So imagine the Kings now taking whoever it would be in the second round, and they're at 2-2 last year.
Right.
I think ultimately, if you are an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, just to finish my point, this season was all about growth. It was the beginning, the middle, and the end is all about the growth that they've seen in the team and in the franchise. And it makes you think, if you're another GM looking at that, how do you duplicate that? How did they grow so much? My guess is they might have gone to upsizematters.com. And I'll tell you, that's something that you yourself can do as well. Come on. I said that. I mean, I'm a little proud. I'm a little proud of that one. Because that really fit into the whole narration there. I'm telling no lies. And neither will Dr. Jack Friedlander in Roseville and Dr. Pash in San Francisco. UpsizeMatters.com is a non-surgical procedure with immediate, that's right, capital E, immediate results. Safe, effective, long-lasting. And these are doctors, real learned doctors performing the procedure. A procedure that helps you with, let's just say, circumference. Consistently ranked as the most important attribute. You want a consultation? They've got a consultation for you. It's free. A free consultation, and the procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation. Go see Dr. Friedlander in Roseville, Dr. Pash in San Francisco, and UpsizeMatters.com. That's UpsizeMatters.com. Get your girth on. 30-second break. We will come back. Hey, look, the Lakers are interviewing new coaches. We've got names for you next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
La 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 la. I accidentally pressed the voice to text button on my phone, and I'm currently crafting a tweet that says la 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 la. Welcome back, Jason Ross. The Los Angeles Lakers are interviewing head coaches. Let me ask you the first question: is the Los Angeles Lakers job still coveted?
I think so. There's a lore to that. Well, first off, we got to do the facts of it. It's 1 of 30, so people are going to want the job. But if I was a candidate for multiple jobs, remember last year our guy Jordy Fernandez interviewed in a couple places. Like, so if I was Jordy, let's say, or someone like that had a couple of bites at the apple, I really would look at that other team and weigh the pros and cons. I mean, what are the pros? Being in LA, being in an organization that's got a winning culture, let's just say, kind of overall. I mean, you do have LeBron. That's a pro. That also could be a con. You have AD. That could be a pro. That could also be a con. The pressure, I don't know. I think if you're a head coach, there's pressure no matter where you go, but you got to believe the pressure is different in Orlando than it is in Los Angeles with the Lakers. So could be a short shelf life. I don't even know if Darvin Ham's a good coach.
I don't either.
So like he finished his run after 2 years where, and there's just so much talk and so much noise. And, you know, I still was floored. I still remember talking with you and Sam early this year. And there was like rumors then, like he's on the hot seat. I'm like, already? Why? And then it didn't happen until the end of the year. But I guess the long way to go. I think the answer is yes. It's still a coveted job, but boy, would I be wary of that. Like, I think I'd want to be a coach that it's not my first job because I don't know if that would ruin my career potentially. Like if JJ Redick, who's a candidate, gets this job and like fizzles, let's just say fails miserably, is he a head coach again? Whereas, or Darvin Ham, like is Darvin Ham getting right back as a head coach? I don't know. He might have to be on the bench again. Whereas if some secure, you know, the candidates they have right now are what? James Borrego, he's been a head coach before. Sam Cassell's looking for his first job. Redick, Chris Quinn from Miami. None of these guys have been head coaches before. But if it was Doc Rivers, let's just say, it's like, yeah, he might be out fast, but he'll probably get another job.
I would like to submit, as I've said before, and I don't mean anything personal by this because I've heard that she's a really cool person. But Jeannie Buss is just a terrible owner, and Mitch Kupchak is Rob Pelinka is a terrible GM. And here's here's how I would submit that. Dr. Buss passed away, in 2012, 2013. The following year's records, guys, starting with Jeannie Buss's tenure, which by the way isn't all her fault. 27-55, 21-61, 17-65, 26-56, 35-47, 37-45. By the way, part of that's Kobe Bryant retiring and getting older, of course. The following year, after the 37-45, they go 52-19. That's the bubble year. They win the championship. Since then, they've been 42-30, 33-49, and then 43-39 this last year. They went 33-49 with LeBron James and Anthony Davis on the roster. Their coaches have ranged from Frank Vogel to Luke Walton to Mike Brown to God knows who else, and now Darvin Ham and who they're going to get next. But Dave, they won a championship. Look, I'm not one who calls that a Mickey Mouse bubble championship.
I do.
I'd take it. But I would also say this. Look at what happened there. LeBron James came there for free at the end of his prime, but still in his prime. He showed up and said, you don't have to trade anyone for me. I'm going to come in for free. And I don't mean by his salary for free. They obviously had to pay him a lot of money. They didn't have to trade. They didn't have to give anybody up. I'm a really good general manager in Sacramento if a top 4 player in the NBA comes knocking on my door and says, I'd like to play for the Kings. You don't have to give any. You don't have to give up picks. You don't have to give up players. I'm coming to you for free. Just sign me to the contract. You don't have to trade a single person for me. So whoop-de-flippin'-do, Rob.
You remember the GM that got that?
Huh?
It wasn't Pelinka.
It was Kupchak, wasn't it?
Nope.
Magic.
Oh, God, it was Magic. You're right. So then let's get to Anthony Davis, which I believe was under that was Pelinka.
Correct.
So Anthony Davis, Clutch Sports. They literally went public and were like, we want to go to the Lakers. Rich Paul, that's LeBron's guy. They orchestrate this trade from New Orleans to LA, force the trade in. Now you have Anthony Davis and LeBron James. That didn't, to me, that's not talent in the front office. That's not awesome scouting. You're the Lakers. So you automatically get these advantages. And by the way, they got full, almost completely healthy seasons out of LeBron James and Anthony Davis last year.
Yeah.
And they're out in the first round.
Yeah. After a conference final trip the year before. And then you can even go back. I don't know if they'll play the what-if game, but, they did have Randall. They did have Ball. They did have Kuzma. They did have Ingram. Like, they have some of these players that are now being coveted by other people that are still in their basketball primes.
Let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers draft history since 2011-12. Robert Sacre, Ryan Kelly, Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell with the number 2 pick. Brandon Ingram, consecutive number 2 picks. Lonzo Ball, triple number 2 picks. Mo Wagner, DeAndre Hunter with the 4 pick. Jaden McDaniels, Isaiah Jackson, Max Christie, and Jalen Hood-Schifino. What a draft history. And the only players they drafted that are worth a crap, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Long gone.
Long gone.
There is nothing that Rob Pelinka has done or Jeannie Buss has done where you go, wow, that's some vision.
Well, the wow would be, I think it would be wow if they hired Redick. I think it's just wow to begin with. Now, that's probably unfair. Is it good? Is it bad? I just think it's a wow, don't you?
That what?
If they hired JJ Redick. And not in a wow in like, wow, they hired him.
In like a what?
Yeah, in a sense that could be great. That could be awful. Where there's grinders like the other guys they're interviewing, Borrego, Sam Cassell, and Chris Quinn, that have been doing this for a while.
I look. All right, look, first and foremost.
Would you want to coach LeBron?
No, I would not. Yeah. And especially I wouldn't want to coach LeBron when, like, I literally look up to the guy because I played with him.
Yeah.
Now, LeBron and JJ Redick have the podcast.
Okay.
Let's not also, by the way, because Sam Cassell is part of that rumor as well. How do I say this here? Not the best of looks if JJ Redick gets the job either. Another person that just went right to the front of the line ahead of a lot of other people that maybe don't look like JJ Redick, that have been grinding and grinding and grinding. Now, look, talent is talent. I understand that. Tom Brady's the lead analyst now, and he's going to bring the most eyes. JJ Redick, by the way, here's what I won't say. JJ Redick, no way, this is a terrible move. He might be a great coach. Right. Remember when Golden State hired that Steve Kerr guy?
Yeah.
But for every one Steve Kerr, there's 30 Steve Nashes.
Or Derek Fisher.
I don't know. I hope whatever, I'll tell you this much, Jason, we got to bring whatever move they make, it's the wrong one. Anyways, let me tell you about my friends who never make wrong moves when you go to them. That's American Energy Heating and Air, who wants you to switch to electric this spring and save big. Save big. Stay ahead of the spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Now, American Energy is providing those huge rebates from SMUD as well. and spring specials galore. Just install one of the many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. They'll help you out with that. Get rid of the fluctuating gas bills in the winter, the SMUD bills in the summer, and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Here's how it works. They'll come out to your house. They'll do a free energy efficiency analysis, see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. They're the best. They're the absolute best. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. JR, I see you on line one. Hey, JR. Hey, can you hold through the break real quick and I'll get to you?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be right back with JR and what to watch next.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast spotlights plenty of sunshine, but a cooler start to the day, so grab a jacket to get by those first few hours of your Tuesday. For the afternoon, mostly sunny skies ahead, upper 80s to low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This Memorial Day, the Roseville Auto Mall invites you to experience the thrill of saving like never before. 17 dealerships and thousands of vehicles all in one location. The giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall at the intersection of savings and satisfaction.
Hey there, you in aisle 2. I see you by the fiber and laxatives. You still using those to manage your constipation with belly pain? If your symptoms keep coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. So you may need more than over-the-counter treatments to manage it. Ask your doctor about how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Since you probably can't afford your own sports psychologist, Golf Monthly's Fergus Bissett offers 5 golf psychology tips to help you play better. First, stay in the present. If your mind is ahead of you, how can you focus on the shot at hand? Second, every shot is a new challenge. The objective of every shot is to get the ball in the hole in the least amount of strokes. Go do it. 3, the past is the past. Many of us dwell on the past. Not good. Clear your mind and move on to the next shot. 4, never surrender. Some give up on their rounds too quickly. Your fortunes on the course can change with one swing or one decent break. Lastly, stay positive on the greens. If you're having one of those days where the putts don't drop, focus on the positives. If you're putting on your intended line, that's a good thing. Keep it up and they'll begin to fall. And remember, it's a game, so go out there and have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
Welcome to the May Springtime Sales Event at Kia of Vacaville. Are you ready for an exceptional automotive journey? We're excited to present to you the pinnacle of automotive excellence, the Kia Telluride. As May unfolds, come explore the remarkable features of the Kia Telluride. Beyond being just a vehicle, it embodies a lifestyle. With a seamless blend of sophistication and practicality, the Telluride is ready to elevate your driving experience to extraordinary heights. Whether you're embarking on a family getaway or navigating busy city streets, the Kia Telluride offers unparalleled comfort and innovation. Moreover, with Kia's unwavering commitment to safety and reliability, you can drive with absolute confidence wherever your adventures take you. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Experience the exceptional Kia Telluride firsthand. Visit us today at Kia of Vacaville and take advantage of exclusive offers during the May Springtime Sales Event. Your adventure awaits. Kia of Vacaville. where innovation meets excellence. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Okay, fun show today. Want to say once again, appreciate all of you that have tuned in. As always, hey, listen, the best programs on YouTube, also on the app, Alexa, whatever. JR, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi.
Much like the Lakers' decision, this show has a lot of pros and cons.
Mm-hmm. A lot of cons, especially.
I would say Chris is a pro, and Jason, you're a con.
Well done. Well done, JR.
Wait a minute.
Well done. Well played right there.
Well, what am I?
Yeah, what are you? You're somewhere in between.
I walked into that one.
You're a con pro. I don't know. You have girth. You have big girth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Hey, you hit on the head, though, as you're going through all the options for the wonderful Lakers. All we can think as Kings fans is all I care about is you choosing someone and you fail.
Yes.
Miserably.
Fail.
You think Walton's available? Can they get Luke? Is he still trolling out there somewhere?
I take no Luke Walton slander. Thank you.
What?
Love me some
Luke. Are you friends still with Luke? I'm sorry.
Well, hey, I will say this.
Yes.
For whatever Luke Walton did here or didn't do here, I would just say a couple things. Number one, Mike Brown's a better coach. I'm not trying to say that, but
Luke is a great guy.
Luke is one of, and again, this is a media thing. We dealt with him, but he's just a wonderful, accommodating, nice sweetheart of a human being. When he dealt with us, he just.
Sure you are.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
he tried to take me up to his hotel room once. I didn't appreciate that.
Get out of here, Jesus.
Is that a pro or con?
You
asked him to hold, so he got the material ready.
He did. He just, I walked right into that one. Pacers Knicks tonight, game 5.
Bing bong.
Very, very, very into this series. Now we're back in New York.
Yeah, OG has been ruled out again.
Tell that to Sam
OG.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
I wonder who's going to get the 2 quick first quarter fouls on the Pacers. Just watch this game.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Watch if that happens, dude. I think it's gonna be Miles Turner, but we'll see. Watch if that happens. Everyone's all eyes on the refs tonight at Madison Square Garden. And T-Wolves and Nuggets, my 2 favorite series going right now. It's a nice doubleheader tonight. Jason Ross, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who's winning?
I'm gonna go with the Nuggets at home.
Who have not won a game in the playoffs against Minnesota at home.
True.
So that you're going out there.
And the other one's really difficult. I think maybe the Pacers tonight.
Oh, well, it's time for our fun game of betting people that don't bet, guessing the line. Christopher Ladd, I don't know who went first last time, but since I just asked Jason, you go first. Let's start in New York. TNT, 5 p.m., Pacers at Knicks. Who is favored?
Knicks by 2.5.
Jason Ross.
You know what? I'm going to do it. Knicks by 2.5.
I'm going to say Knicks by 1.5. I'm absolutely right. Knicks by 1.5. You could have gone up or down.
I know, but I felt that was the number I had in my head.
You know what? I will say this: with the way these betting lines work, there's probably a place out there that has Knicks by 2.5.
Yeah, that's the side I looked at.
That was the one I was cheating with.
Let's get on the airplane and let's fly to Colorado.
Whee! Ooh, little rocky.
Hey, Timberwolves at Nuggets. The Timber Nuggets. Who is favored?
Denver by 5.5.
Denver by 3.5.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Minnesota Timberwolves are not favored.
Yeah.
Circle gets the square. Christopher Laud, 3.5. Oh, he's celebrating. He is celebrating. Jason, you just got swept 2-0. Your thoughts?
I didn't lose the first one.
You didn't? Oh, yeah, you tied. That's right.
Go outside, nerd. Get out.
So there you go. I
don't like that game.
A's at Astros?
No, I don't know.
Dodgers.
I don't understand baseball's betting lines.
Dude, I still don't. I never have, and it's been explained to me. I do know this. Like, for example, let me see. Where is he? Okay, there we go. All right, so Houston. It says Houston minus 175. I know
they're favored.
Okay, so Houston's favored, and that means you would have to put $175 down on Houston to win $100. Whereas the A's are plus 150. That means you have to if you put $100 down, you win 150. See what I'm saying? But the whole where it's even dash 3.5.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell that is.
Gotta imagine the Dodgers are favored.
The Dodgers. Well, let's see. The Astros are favored tonight, and the Dodgers. You would have to bet $190 on the Dodgers to win 100, and if you bet 100 on the Giants, you're winning 155 buckaroonies. Okay. And by the way, in both those cases, add your original 100 back in too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you bet $100 on the Giants, you're walking away with 255 at the window.
Right.
It's just 100 of that you already did your thing. We'll take a break.
1-800-GAMBLER.
When we come back, 1-800-GAMBLER. Crosstalk with Sal's and Watkins.
Yeah.
Celebrity birthdays. Woo! And special thing during the break, though. We're going to take a break here before that. Jason Ross has a very important message you're going to want to hear. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about something that may have been holding you back, something from your past or that holding you back personally, maybe professionally. Maybe you made that mistake years ago. You were young, you were foolish, maybe things weren't going quite in your favor, but that was some mistake that's still following you today. How would you like that removed completely from your record? A clean start, fresh beginning. Well, the Gonzalez Law Offices can help you with many things, but maybe you need something just like this. They do expungements, and they can help you get that fresh start you were looking for, however that may help you. Also, Jonathan Gonzalez and his law offices are right in the heart of downtown, and he's basically here, and he wants to be here for you. He's local. He's been in our community, and he's not just rushing through all these cases. He does care, and he cares about the results. He cares about you, and he obviously cares about his name and his brand as well. So these are all reasons to consider him. The point is, if you want someone you can trust and someone that is willing to go to bat for you with whatever the situation that you may need or you may feel like you're in, you want someone representing you. So go to sacklegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. That's sacklegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554, National Garage Door.
This time of year can mean only one thing: Jeeps, Jeeps, and more Jeeps. It's Jeep season at Lodi Jeep Superstore. Leonard Harrington here, and I can't wait to tell you about what we've got going on, because we're talking Jeeps and big savings too. Now you can get the 2024 Jeep Compass Sport 4x4 for only $26,999. That's right, just $26,999. And of course, it comes loaded with features like rear view camera, power tailgate, blind spot monitor, Bluetooth, four-wheel drive, and much, much more for only $26,999.
More than 5 available with this offer. MSRP $27,495. Lodi CDJR discount $496 equals a sales price of $26,999. See dealer for details. Offer ends 5/31/24.
We're talking Jeeps. We're talking big savings too during the Jeep season. Going on now at the Lodi Jeep Superstore, right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Brandon Gilbert, Dustin Letch, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPfest.com. That's CITPfest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Greenwich Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
Weekends are for Sacramento Rivercats baseball. Join us Friday, May 17th for a Patrick Bailey bobblehead to the first 2,500 fans, presented by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. Saturday, May 18th is Salute to Armed Forces Night, presented by Budweiser, with a pregame flyover by the U.S. Air Force. Stick around postgame for a fireworks show presented by Sutter Health. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah! Feels good. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
How are you doing? I'm in a 9:30 in the morning. I'm in a Twitter fight over Denny Avdia. I did not have that on the radar.
What is the fight?
Well, I said the more I think about the Wizards, as you guys have known, and I'm sure we'll talk about, the scuttlebutt is that they want to pick up another lottery pick. And the obvious look there is, okay, number 13 and Harrison for Kyle Kuzma. The Kings have flirted with him for a long time. And I was saying, look, I kicked the tires on Denny Avdia. That's the more attractive 22 years old, won't be 23 until January, underrated defender, though that's not his calling card. But when you look at his 4 years and the stat increases in points, rebounds, assists, and his efficiency, it's actually pretty damn amazing.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him slide into the 4 spot. And then there was a guy that was like, dude, not even close to worth the 13th pick. You realize Giannis was, picked. It's like, first off, the Wizards, if you called an offer the 13 for Avdia, they'd laugh at you. Oh, I forgot, by the way, Denny Avdia. This might be the most important thing. Denny Avdia's contract, he makes 15.6 next year, 14.3 the following year, 13.1 the following year, 11.8 the following year. He's on a very cap-friendly declining contract.
Fire your agent.
Dude, that's serious.
That is
Wait,
terrible. You're saying the Wizards would laugh because they'd want more than
they
just
would
the
want
13.
more than just the 13. I don't know how much more, but they would want. I think they'd want more than Harrison in the 13. To be honest with you. Now, when I say more, I mean you throw in a Davion, you throw in
right because Tyus Jones is going to be a free agent.
Yeah.
So
right.
maybe,
I
can't
tell
you
you
any of the motivations of Washington. 13. They can't tell you either.
Well,
Yeah,
but I thought
in Davion.
if they're trying to rebuild, Avdia's the guy you keep.
Right.
To me,
That's
right.
You're exactly
That's
right.
where I go, like, contract's friendly. He's young.
I think he's the most valuable asset on their roster.
There's better players, but yeah.
Right. And the last thing I would say about Avdia, I mean, I did not expect him to be this big of a conversation today. In his 4 years, he missed 54 his first year, Since then, he's played 82, 76, and 75.
Wow.
Right? Points, first through last year, 6.3, 8.4, 9.2, 14.7. Rebounds, 4.9, 5.2, 6.4, 7.2. Assists, 4.4, 4.5, 5.4, 6.1. Field goal percentage, 41, 43, 43, 50. The guy is obviously a progressing asset who, again, is 23 in January.
It reminds me a lot of PJ Washington, actually.
Dude, honestly, there's a ton of comps out there that are really good. And it's like, why am I fighting over whether or not the Wizards would? I hope he's right. I hope we can trade the 13 pick for dude. I'll kiss Monty McNair on the mouth, but you know,
all you
wouldn't kiss Monty McNair on the mouth if that meant Denny Avdia just for the 13. You're not as big enough, not for a long kiss.
I'd pat him on the vest.
No, but what if he was like, I have this deal on the table, but in order for me to sign off on it, you have to kiss me on the mouth. Closed mouth.
Is that a win for Monty?
I don't think it is. I'm just saying how much I'm saying for the record,
don't you?
I want a championship, dude. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for a title. How you doing, Al?
Great.
Yeah, what's new? I saw you tweeting about baseball last night. Every time you do, I'm just like, he's trying. And I love that about you. You're giving it a shot.
I'm giving up.
Nobody, look, just nobody cares. You know that. I grew up loving baseball, but, they're going to Roku now.
Wait, they're what?
The Roku's got they just signed him to the Sunday morning package that Peacock had. So now Roku through the end of the year and next year, you're going to be able to see exclusively on Roku the 105 Yankee Oriole game. Yes, the confused look you have on your face is 100%.
But I thought Roku was a tool.
It is. Well, but they have the Roku channel on every Roku.
There's a channel.
Yes, there's a channel and an app and all that.
I didn't know.
Baseball at this point is like, how much? Yeah. We'll take it.
Dollars.
Celebrity birthdays are brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Listen, birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. And nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Jason Ross.
All right, friend of the show, local product, friend of Carmichael Dave's, close personal friend, grew up with him. You should have already wished him a happy birthday today. Uriah Faber.
I will kindly pass on that one.
So it's up to you three. How old is Uriah Faber turning today?
Let's see.
Uriah.
Say Uriah's 44.
46. And I'll take 45.
You'll take 45. We have a correct answer. Christopher Ladd, 45. You left the door open.
California kid.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Roku.
Red.
Cardicelli.
Mason.
Thomas. Langella.
One of the all-time great running backs.
Gore.
There we go.
What happened to his son?
Like who?
Yeah. Al?
Frank Gore Jr.? Al Gore.
He was supposed to.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think he got drafted.
They were supposed to bring in all the Nepo babies.
Yeah, the one they brought
McCaffrey,
in.
Frank Gore is 40 today.
40, big 4-0.
No, he was 40 when he was playing.
Yeah.
Real.
43.
I'll say 42.
39.
Oh, they left the door open.
No,
at 41.
yeah.
41 was the right answer.
I would have been so mad.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Palenka.
Dillingham.
Rob Lowe.
Reiner.
Ooh, good one. Rob a bank.
Gronk.
Oh, Rob
Ned.
Gronkowski. They had some pretty good roasts of him.
Yeah, he's an easy target.
Knew he was here because all the chocolate milk was gone backstage. Gronkowski is 36.
That's probably right. 35.
Right?
I'll say 37.
34.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles, 35. Rob Gronkowski.
Right. On the board.
Happy birthday, George.
Kittle.
Costanza. George.
Lucas.
Jetson. Oh.
George Lucas. Star Wars.
Yeah.
I know you like Harry Potter.
How old is George Lucas today?
George Lucas is 76.
No.
I'll say 80. I'll say 72.
74.
79.
What are you, 79 or 80?
I didn't like the way you reacted.
Oh, you did?
So 79.
Okay. Well, we had a correct answer of 80. I was about to say we got 2 in a row. We're going to see if Alan.
Always trust your instincts.
Wow.
What's coming up on the show today, fellers?
WNBA.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. Was there a
Alan's
reason?
got a lot of takes on that.
Was there a reason they went with
Windhorse
that
Dan.
color?
I'm honoring him today.
There you are.
The Golden State Valkyries. Also, why don't we have a WNBA team, Alan? Get to the bottom of that. Investigative reporting.
And it's purple.
Ask questions, get answers. For Christopher Left, for Jason Ross, and Carmichael Dave, we'll see you tomorrow. Styles and Watkins, the fastest growing radio show in the world, is next. Bye-bye now.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh, my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Malik Monk.